Welcome into the Central Iowa Sports Network and Week 1 of our CISN football pregame show brought to you by Iowa Corn. The first big topic we're going to be talking about on tonight's pregame show is talking about the new CIML. There are just 9 teams in the CIML this year. Those teams include Valley, Ankeny, Dowling, Southeast Polk, Urbandale, Waukee, Johnston, Ankeny Centennial, and Waukee Northwest. You will notice the departure of some of the Des Moines public schools. They have moved over to the Iowa Alliance Conference, joining Fort Dodge, Ames, Marshalltown, Mason City, Waterloo East, and Ottumwa. Obviously, the Des Moines public schools are Des Moines East, Des Moines Hoover, Des Moines Lincoln, Des Moines Roosevelt, and Des Moines North. Next up on the docket here is the new Class 5A Power Rankings, preseason rankings, coming out of the Des Moines Register. Taking a look at your polls on the screen now. Ankeny currently sits the number 1 team. J.J. Cole and company, all bringing back a lot of talent. They brought in a couple transfers as well, including Jamison Patton from Des Moines Roosevelt. Ankeny is the new number 1 team in Class 5A to start. Defending champions, Southeast Polk, lose a lot on offense, but do return Caden Proctor and a really talented defense. They sit number 2. Dowling Catholic, led by a standout quarterback, Jackson Smolik, looks to come back strong this year after being injured for most of the season. The Penn State recruit looks to lead his Maroons to a good season. Pleasant Valley, the option-heavy team out of eastern Iowa, comes in at number 4, fell just short of the Dome last year in a loss to Valley in the state quarterfinals. Iowa City High, one of the best stories coming out of the state of Iowa last year, returns. Drew Larson will lead them at quarterback, and Ben Cooter, the talented wrestler and football player for Iowa City High at that linebacker position, will look to lead the Little Hawkeyes to a state dome appearance once again. West Des Moines Valley at number 6. The Tigers lose a ton. Mason Morrow, Eli Raridan, they lose a lot on offense, lose a lot on defense, but they look to return strong, especially tonight against Waukee Northwest. That'll be something to keep an eye on as the season goes on. Cedar Falls, always a tough team, playing out of the Unidome up there in northeastern Iowa. Cedar Falls comes in at number 7. Urbandale, the Jayhawks, bring a lot back and are quietly going to be a team to look out for this fall. Urbandale comes in at number 8. And then a pair of Cedar Rapids schools. Cedar Rapids Kennedy, they played Iowa City West last night. They come in at number 9. And Cedar Rapids Prairie, another tricky team, almost beat Southeast Polk last year, comes in at the number 10 ranking in our Class 5A preseason rankings. Another big topic we want to touch on are some of the top players to keep your eye out on, especially this week and the season running forward. First one's the big one, the Roosevelt transfer, Jamison Patton, now going to be a senior with Ankeny. Last season, Jamison passed for Ankeny for Roosevelt, 1,278 yards in the air, 14 touchdowns and 3 interceptions. He was also the lead runner for the Rough Riders last year, 110 carries, 548 yards, and 7 touchdowns, his longest run being on a 52-yard run. He's probably going to play in that running back / slot receiver look for Ankeny with J.J. Cole at the helm for the Hawks, but keep an eye out for Jamison Patton, and Ankeny should be a tough match this season. Obviously, one of the top quarterbacks that everybody's going to be keeping an eye on, it's the Penn State commit, Jackson Smolik. Jackson, a senior this season, got injured week 1 against Southeast Polk last season, came back kind of end of the season, and came back strong despite not playing the entire season. 959 yards, 76 completions on 116 attempts, 9 touchdowns, and just 2 interceptions. He's going to have a talented wide receiver core and a very talented offense behind him. Watch out for Jackson Smolik. He is going to be a tough quarterback to beat this season for any opponent that faces the Dowling Catholic Maroons. And the final player we want to take a look at, maybe on a couple underrated radars so far, that is Kai Black from Urbandale. The junior last season, 54 catches for 888 yards and 10 touchdowns. His longest touchdown came on a 76-yard catch. Kai is going to be tough. Pretty much Urbandale returns every single player that was the leading player in each category. They return their best passer, best rusher, best receiver, and best tackler. The Jayhawks have a lot of weapons. Look for Kai Black, who was technically the number 2 receiver on the depth chart last year. Look for him to step up big this year for the Jayhawks, who look to have a very big breakout season. Coming up next, we have an interview with a couple coaches. We're going to take a break, and we'll be back with more action. You're watching the Central Iowa Sports Network, the CISN Football Pregame Show, presented by Iowa Corn.
We all love a good win, however small or ordinary. Losing track of time, finding yourself with a few extra dollars in your pocket, soaking up the perfect Iowa day. These are the everyday delights and small victories that make us smile. These are the moments that connect us all as Iowans. And these are the moments that, more often than not, Start with Iowa's farm families and the corn they're growing. Because when corn grows Iowa, Iowans win.
Free Godfather's Pizza begins with the download. Order through my new online ordering app and start earning free pizza and sides. It's easy. Download the Godfather's Pizza online ordering app today. Do it.
Hi, this is Chris from Fireplace Superstore, and it's going to be an interesting patio furniture season this year. We have ordered a ton of merchandise, but due to supply chain issues, it's coming in a truckload at a time all summer long. If you want the best patio furniture, check early and check often. If you want to custom order your furniture, get in here as soon as you can to give your furniture the best chance to arrive this summer. Fireplace Superstore, Iowa's best patio furniture selection, just east of I-35 on Douglas Avenue.
For 75 years, Holt service trucks have hit the streets of central Iowa to help customers in need. It might be for plumbing, heating, cooling, a water heater, or the usual repairs and maintenance. We've done that with quality work from quality employees who bring passion and personality to the job. That's the Holt difference. It gives me great pride to see how our company has grown from the seeds of success my grandfather planted in 1947. That's why more and more central Iowans are saying, let Holt handle that.
Over 1,300 vehicles on WaukeeChevy.com. Schottenkirk Chevy Waukee. If we don't have it, you can build it. Newly expanded service department means we're hiring. See the openings on WaukeeChevy.com. Schottenkirk Chevy Waukee. WaukeeChevy.com.
I'm off to college. Oh, rats!
Hi, Joe the Car Guy with a reminder. Before you send your kids off to school, set up an appointment with Westside Auto. We check everything from tires to belts, fluids, hoses, wipers, and lights. 44 inspection points to help prevent that oh rats moment for your students. Call us today to set up your appointment. We'll have your kids off to school saying,
For the best, head west.
Westside Auto.
Welcome back to the Central Iowa Sports Network. We're here on the CISN Football Pregame Show. I'm Blake Walker. Got a couple interviews for tonight's matchup. We're going to first go to Paul Yeager. He had a coach interview with Eric Kluver of Indianola. We'll send it down to Paul Yeager.
Back here on the pregame show, Paul Yeager with head coach Eric Kluver of the Indianola Indians. Coach, first game, bright lights, somewhat, okay, a lot of the new team.
Yeah, we're very inexperienced football team, and I'm sitting in my locker room, so there's flies flying around on me. That's what I'm.
'Tis the season. That's what you're supposed to have.
That's right. But yeah, new team, new challenges. We returned 7 starters from a quarterfinal team a year ago that we were very proud of, and so there's going to be a lot of guys tonight playing for the Indians that are getting their first varsity experience.
And I talked about this with Coach Pizzetti, same thing. Kind of you gave me the idea. It's like you have to remind some of these guys it's a whole lot faster, it's a whole lot brighter, and we might yell just a little bit more to help you along.
Yeah, those same conversations are happening in Indianola as well. There'll be some sophomores playing, and I think I've said this isn't freshman football anymore, so it's going to ramp up in a hurry.
You have a returner, though, at your quarterback position. What does that mean for you in trying to get these guys calmed and ready for tonight?
Yeah, we got a lot of confidence in Bennett. And Bennett had really a breakout game a year ago against Centennial. He was our backup quarterback. Our starter got injured. Bennett comes in, goes 13 for 15 for over 200 yards and really had a great game. And we stuck with Bennett the rest of the year. He did a great job leading our team. He was our field general out there, and we got a lot of confidence in him. We just got to make sure we keep him healthy.
What else is key tonight on your offense? You are having to replace a pretty good running back, one of the best in the state. Maybe a guy in this conversation would argue the best in the state. How do you move forward?
Yeah, a 3-year starter in Cale Kolaric for us. Not only just an outstanding player, but brought a lot of leadership to the last few years here at Indianola. So, we're gonna miss him, but we feel like we got guys that can step up and run the football as well. And I think running the football is is going to be a key for us tonight. We have one starter back on offense, on our offensive line, I should say. So I think that's the big question mark that we're all waiting to see how we respond and how we play, because we do like our passing game. We got some playmakers on the outside. It's just going to be the old complement the run game and the pass game. If we can't run it, then and they're pressuring us and making Bennett uncomfortable, that's going to be a long night for us.
Well, and Centennial's hanging their hat on that they have a pretty good defense, and so that's really going to put you to the test pretty early. So with that inexperience, but yet experience at center, I mean, you have to feel pretty good about the balance of those things. So you talk about pass first, then run, or you might be one of those, you're just Josh and me, and you're going to go run versus pass. But you have to mix it up, is what I'm saying.
Yeah, you're going to have to be balanced. I think any coach believes that for the most part. And I truly believe if we can establish somewhat of a run game, that will open up some opportunities and some big plays for us.
Defensively, who's your bellwether over there?
Well, we lost a lot of those guys. You already mentioned Cale Kalarick from a year ago, Carter Erickson, both guys accepted preferred walk-ons at the University of Iowa. So guys that, once again, leadership and just played at a very high level. So really some new faces. We like our defensive line. That's where we feel like we've got the most experience. We have 4 starters back on our defense. Micah Dewey has done a very nice job. He plays corner for us. Charlie Wilmot's a strong safety for us. And we've moved an outside linebacker to inside, Johnny Mankey. So we're expecting a big year out of Johnny to lead our defense.
Physical, athletic, how do you describe them?
I would say we've really tried to develop our speed here, just program-wide, all sports. So I think speed is going to be important for us, and that's something that I think we're able to do, just our ability to get to the ball and get hats to the ball, pursuing with great angles. So, but I also think we can be physical at times too. We don't have 290 pounders up front, but we're 230, 240, and we feel like we run pretty well.
Agile. Let's use that one. How about
That's right.
All right. Keys tonight for you.
Stay healthy, run the football. A lot of new guys on defense. Communication is going to be very, very important for us. Not giving up the big play. We all know what momentum does in a game. And then it's just a question if things go south, how are we going to respond with so many inexperienced new guys out on that football field?
We'll see how it unfolds in just a few minutes. Coach, I appreciate the time.
Absolutely. I appreciate you having us on and giving us this coverage, and you do a great job. Appreciate it.
Thank you very much. That's head coach of the Indianola Indians. That's Eric Kluver. Our pregame show continues right after this.
Once again, want to thank Eric Kluver, and thanks to Paul for conducting that interview. A good insight on Indianola football. Let's go over to their rival, where Paul Yeager also conducted that interview. Here's head coach Ryan Pizzetti for Ankeny Centennial.
Back here on the pregame show, co-head coach Ryan Pizzetti of the Centennial Jaguars. New season. How much is this team new?
You know what? We got a lot of returning starters. I believe at the end of last year, we have about 18 kids that have started one game throughout the course of last year. We got a nice group of incoming juniors, which we really like. But they're untested. And when you look at that and playing in a quality team like Indianola week 1, it's going to be a challenge for us, but we're looking forward to that.
Coach Kluver told me earlier in the week he's got a lot of guys in the same situation that you just mentioned, juniors now playing for the first time. I'm guessing, do you give the same speech of, hey, guys, the lights are brighter and the game is much faster than you've seen before?
Oh, absolutely. When you look at the schedule, expect our first 4 games with Indianola, Ankeny, Waukee, Cedar Falls. We don't have a week off. They need to be ready to go right away. We had a nice scrimmage last Saturday morning at Dowling that really challenged us to a point versus a very quality team. And hopefully with that and a nice week of practice and preparation, all the kids will be ready to go.
What do you see offensively as something we're going to watch tonight? Are we going to see the old DNA the new DNA or a mix?
You know what? It'll be a mix. With our schedule, I just mentioned the first 4 games, and then you go on and you I mean, every game is a tough game. We talked as a staff, and I think every single team that we've played or will play has 1 or 2 Division I offers on their team. So I mean, the quality is out there with talent that we're going to play. You got to have balance and balance in the run game, balance in the pass game. Make sure you can do that. If you don't do that, you're not going to win the big game. And we've been there before, and we've been a run heavy team before, and have won games and lost games, and we've tried to be a pass heavy team in the past. And you just have to have balance. I mean, obviously your kids around you are going to dictate that. But at the end of the day, balance is the key to the success of any offense.
Trenton Smith had action in your last regular season game. He is listed on the top of the depth chart for tonight. What are we going to see out of him?
You know what? He's pretty dynamic. He's really improved his speed over the course of the past year. With the work that he's put in over since the end of last season, just throwing the ball, he's much improved. I'm excited for him just to get out there. Not a lot of experience, so you think of those 3 games. That's only 3 games. So I mean, it's gonna take a little bit of time to get comfortable and get in a groove, but we're looking forward to it for him.
Handing off the ball, Eli Porter.
You know what? It's going to be running back by committee. Eli's had a great preseason. Ty Morgan's a returner, and we got several other guys that we know are going to be on the field on Friday night. It'll be by committee to a certain degree. When a kid puts in the time and is a Centennial football player and has played 8th grade, 9th grade, 10th grade up to varsity, we want to make sure they get an opportunity to play on Friday nights.
So keep your programs handy if you're watching in the stands
absolutely.
tonight. Okay. Defensively, who's the anchor?
You know what? There's a lot of them. 3 years ago, I want to say a handful of these guys started for us at one time or another. Brody Taggart's a 3-year starter. Zach Inglis is a 3-year starter. Boat Gerke has played for 3 years as well. Cole Greider. You go right on down the list of kids. I know I'm probably missing some, but the defense is the strong point of our team. I think everybody would agree with that. When we beat Ankeny last year 14-7, I mean it was ball control and our defense. We played Southeast Polk tough at the end of the year, and it was a credit to our defense. So our defense, when we look forward to this year, we know if we can score some points, they're going to keep us in the game, and that's an exciting thing. It's always hard to go into a game and say, hey, we're going to have to outscore these guys to win. We feel confident about these guys. If we can stay healthy, that's the key. Just like anybody else, but that definitely is a strong point of our team.
Indianola is a new team in the sense of new personnel, but what do you think is key for victory tonight?
Oh, we got to slow them down. Last year, I know it's a different team, but last year they had great schemes. They attacked our weaknesses. They really moved the ball on us, probably better than any team all year did. But they have a great quarterback. That's where their whole offense is going to be around, is him. And he doesn't turn the ball over. He makes completions. He runs really well. So that's going to be the key. If we can slow him down and we can maintain, get some 3 and outs in there and maintain some drives on our end, it's going to be a great game.
It is back to the original DNA with that type of an answer on what it takes to win. All right, co-head coach Ryan Pizzetti. Coach, thank you so very much for the time. Have fun. It's here. Here we go. Week 1.
You bet. Week 1. Hey, thanks a lot for having me.
We all love a good win, however small or ordinary. Losing track of time, finding yourself with a few extra dollars in your pocket, soaking up the perfect Iowa day. These are the everyday delights and small victories that make us smile. These are the moments that connect us all as Iowans. And these are the moments that, more often than not, Start with Iowa's farm families and the corn they're growing. Because when corn grows Iowa, Iowans win.
Not all used vehicles are created equal.
DeArmond certified used vehicles have a big advantage.
What sets us apart is that all used vehicles receive a 175-point inspection.
Carfax report, 2 oil changes, collision deductible coverage, and wheel dent and windshield repair.
Also, all DeArmond certified come with 2 warranties. A 1-year 12,000-mile bumper-to-bumper and a 2-year 100,000-mile powertrain. DeArmond Ford Indianola, DeArmond Automotive Knoxville, DeArmondAuto.com.
Do you know what the best part about being a dog is? You can hear disaster before it even happens. You know what they say about disaster. Sometimes it can inspire a symphony. An honest day's work deserves an honest day's treat.
No extra charge.
And that is why we choose Honest Wrenches. No extra charge. And it's how service should be.
We are so much more
than an energy company.
We are connectors,
community protectors,
and clean energy leaders.
We are
job creators,
friends and neighbors,
stewards of your dollars and savings.
Yes, we
are so much more.
We are the energy
behind your everyday.
And we are
obsessively,
relentlessly
at your service.
Why do businesses succeed? The Better Business Bureau sees the traits of successful businesses every day. It's not easy, but it is simple. The BBB fosters trust between Iowa businesses and consumers.
Visit bbb.org.
Free Godfather's Pizza begins with the download. Order through my new online ordering app and start earning free pizza and sides. It's easy. Download the Godfather's Pizza online ordering app today. Do it.
Welcome back to the Central Iowa Sports Network here on the CISN Football Pregame Show. I'm Blake Walker. Got a couple more things for you tonight before we wrap up and head to our Football Friday primetime matchup. We're going to take a look at some of the top matchups of the week across Class 5A. Couple games we want to keep our eye on. Ames and Marshalltown. Ames brings back statistically the number 1 passer in Class 5A, head coach Brian Sauser has his son Dallas Sauser. He will lead the helm at Ames this year. Ames showed flashes, just missed the playoffs last year. They take on Marshalltown in a very tough game over at Ames High School. Ankeny Centennial and Indianola, obviously on our tonight's docket of games. Indianola, a Class 4A team, but Centennial is going to be tough with Coach Bizzetti and squad. They look to come back with another strong season. That will be a good game coming up here on CISN. Waukee Northwest takes on Valley. The thrilling double overtime game last season, 42-41. Waukee Northwest will get their rematch, this time on their own home turf. We'll see who can come away with that victory in week 1. Another big rematch. Dowling Catholic hosts Southeast Polk. They played twice last year. Southeast Polk won on a Xavier Wonkwa Hail Mary grab to win 13-7 and then beat Dowling Catholic to get to the state tournament at the Unidome 38-28 at the end of the playoff season. Ankeny starts their season off against Waukee. Ankeny looks very strong this year. Waukee looking to build upon last season. Should be a good game over there at Waukee Stadium. And then out on the eastern side of Iowa, Iowa City High takes on Iowa City Liberty. On paper, it's not going to be a fantastic game statistically, but for the first time since 1972, Kinnick Stadium will host an Iowa high school football game. That'll be taking place over on the eastern side of the state. Should be fun to keep up with that one as well. A couple of other big games. Pleasant Valley takes on Prairie. That's a top 10 matchup between number 10 Prairie and number 4 Pleasant Valley. Expect a lot of running in that game. And then Cedar Falls takes on Johnston at the Unidome. That as well should be another good game to keep an eye on tonight across the CIML and eastern and western parts of the state of Iowa. That will wrap it up for us tonight here on the Central Iowa Sports Network here at the CISN Football Pregame Show. Once again, I'm Blake Walker. Thank you, everyone, for watching. We're going to send it out to Ankeny Stadium, where Paul Yeager has the call of the Indianola Indians taking on the Ankeny Centennial Jaguars. Paul?
Good evening to you from the north side of Ankeny at Ankeny Stadium. It's time for high school football in the 2022 season on this gorgeous 81-degree night. Light breeze, the sun is out, Tim Halbert. It's time for football. What do you think?
It is. I mean, these guys have gone through all the off-season practice. They've been practicing in the heat all week. You know, both teams are undefeated. Been looking forward to this all night. Nothing like that live. You can practice, you can hit people, but when the bullets are flying, the adrenaline's up, that's that first game.
It's kind of what you heard in the pregame show from the two coaches. Kind of asked them both. They both kind of brought it up on their own. Hey, guys, this isn't freshman football anymore. This is the lights are brighter, the crowds are bigger, the hits hurt.
Yep. And then we have a lot of new players coming out. We have some veterans, but both sides have lost some very talented players. So now as the guys have been playing sophomore, maybe as juniors, now stepping up to see how they handle the starting role.
Centennial Jaguars about to take the field, as are the Indianola Indians. This is a game last season, Tim. It was all Indianola, 42-13 win down at Indianola. But it was a game that didn't play out the way it was planned. There was a quarterback change in the first quarter, and the quarterback, Brick hasn't looked back. He has been the varsity starter since. Indianola gets into the playoffs. Anything happens in that first quarter, you got to find who's the next man in, and it worked for Indianola last year. Who do you think the next man is in tonight?
Well, they lost a great running back, so now it's going to see, what does Indianola do? How do they replace that firepower, that running back? Because that the player went to walk on at University of Iowa, so now we're seeing, can they do that? They have the passing game. I wouldn't be surprised tonight if that passing game for Indianola is working first to set up their run game.
That is the new way offenses have gone. You're talking about Kalarick, also Carter Erickson. They're both at the University of Iowa playing football, but Walker Whalen is throwing the discus at the University of Iowa. When you replace 3 Division I athletes off a team, that's a tall order. But Indianola thinks that their improved numbers, they're up to 111 in the program. They think they are in that reload mode.
They've always been very good athletes. I think, from offense to defense, they don't have a lot of two-way players. I think they're very solid. They're very athletic. They're good hitters. They don't have the size maybe that Centennial has, but they are very athletic, front to back.
Centennial comes into this contest looking to maybe flip the script a little bit. Ended last year with a playoff loss against Valley. They are bringing in Trenton Smith as the quarterback. He had games last year against Southeast Polk, Valley, and Des Moines East. And he tonight is going to be taking all the snaps. There's no more Peyton Good. It's Smith's to lose, athletic, but the DNA of Centennial is the big question mark for me. What about for you?
Their offense is all, we know they run the ball. There's all on timing, so now you have a new quarterback there. It's do you turn left or right? Did he stop thinking and versus did he react? Then how is he in the passing game? He's got a good arm. He's very athletic, but, when you're out there, are you getting your reads quickly? So we'll see if that offense timing, if the ball goes on the ground, if they don't have any turnovers.
I watched some of the pregame of the two teams, specifically looking at that handoff exchange. A couple times I looked at, the ball was on the turf. So let's just hope that's a little bit of jerseys. We want to just see a clean game.
Yep, and I think the strength of this team is looking at the Centennial defense. Those guys are stacked. The interior line, those linebackers, no question that their 4 captains are all defensive starters. So I would be surprised. It's how the Indianola offense can handle that Centennial defense.
Here come the Indianola Indians onto the field, and they are in their white uniforms on the road with purple numbers, and they will sit and stand on the east side here at Ankeny Stadium. We've yet to see Centennial come back onto the field, but they have since emerged from their locker room facility at Northview Middle School, and they'll be making their way here. Lots of good games here tonight on CISN.TV. We've got Waukee Northwest and West Des Moines Valley, and then the one that a lot of people are watching too, Southeast Polk and Dowling Catholic. So, Tim, why have any warm-up games? Let's just jump straight in.
Yeah. These guys they played scrimmages last week. I think you kind of get a flavor for what's going to go on, but that's a pretty heady lineup. Looking at the top teams playing the top teams, I think we're looking at all the games tonight. These are all playoff contenders. Just how they sort out in a 9-game schedule and where they get ranked at the end.
Centennial brings Jerry and Ryan Pizzetti, the co-head coaches, lots of experience there. Ryan told us in the pregame show and this week, he's like, hey, I know what we've tried to do the last couple of years. I think we're going to try to do this. And who he means, who we're going to try to do this, you kind of alluded to it, Tim, run the ball. And it looks like Eli Porter We're probably going to see Ty Morgan, Jake Gossett, possibly Lawson Langford. We have a lot of different guys, but the fullback is always the key if you go back to the old way that this offense used to work, and it's the fullback, Eric Entrecken. I like to see the fullback. I know you do too.
Oh yeah, he's just like a version of. He's just a lineman that gets to carry the ball. To me, I think I think all the guys should all go out to dinner. The tight ends, if you're a tight end on this Centennial offense, you're really a lighter offensive tackle. They have to block, because I know Shuddy's got a good blocking guy. But that fullback really is a key component. We've seen many times where the fullback is the leading rusher for Centennial football team.
We have Centennial making their way out onto the track. There is, you see Mike Fontana. And a little bit of a different look for Centennial this year. The all-black uniforms now with an all-black helmet and gray face mask. Gone is the silver helmet. Speaking of Peyton Good, he's walking right in front of us. I think don't show the coaches there. They might try to put a uniform on it before the night is through. Centennial comes into this game. Bo Carr, Riley Keller, Bennett Griffin, Tylen Eisentrager, Kevin Jones, Chase Suddy, Eli Porter, Eric Entrecken, Max Snyder, Nick Severson, and the quarterback is Trenton Smith. Those are your offensive players. Jag fans starting to make some noise here on the near side. You know what that means. It's almost time to bring out the team. As soon as the team takes the field, we'll go to our third member of our broadcast crew. That's Jeff Brooks. He'll be with us in just a moment. Let's get this party started as the Jaguars get ready to take the field, as we are just seconds away from opening kickoff on this Friday night here in Ankeny. The Jaguars take the field on this beautiful 81-degree night, headed to about 74 degrees before the night is through. The breeze is light. It's southeast at 6 miles an hour. Our Jeff Brooks is down on the sideline. And Jeff, kind of fun to be back down there. Here you go, another year.
Another year. Hey, I'm going to tell you right now, we've done a lot of opening nights, and I don't remember a better one. This is a nice 70-some degrees. It's not 80, not 90. Hopefully the cramping will be minimal. But, yeah, it's a great night for football down here. Looking forward to a lot of different things tonight to see both teams. They should be a good matchup tonight.
Thank you, Jeff Brooks. He'll be down there all night for this report as we're getting ready to now have Dave Rittman come out. And as our lead referee, his head linesman is Brian Orilko. The line judge is Chris Scott. The umpire is George Harwood. And the back judge is Grant Kettle. We'll have the captains come out. We'll flip the coin. And then we're going to play some football. Captains for Centennial, Easton Miller, Bo Gerke, Zach English, and Brody Taggart. Taggart, these are all guys that are 3-year starters. Many of these guys, Tim, when you start looking at that, Taggart, Gerke, English, Miller, these guys have been stalwarts of this program. Good to see them being captains this year.
That's what Coach Pizzetti said. These are guys that came through the grade school program. They've been with the program a long time. They've led this team. They've gone to other practices. So you really are paying reward to the people that put their time into this program that really has a great history.
And as the two shake hands and they get ready to go, Indianola, they sent out Bennett Brick, but we're going to listen in now. New wrinkle here.
You've won the toss. You record it. Indianola has won the toss and threw their choice to the second half. Centennial will receive.
They will receive, and Indianola will kick south and go to the north. So we will get to see the Centennial offense first in this contest. We already set you the Centennial offense for Indianola's defense. The linebackers, or the Leo, is Kelso. Livental's at the Razor position. Up nose is Yates, DeWitt at the Bandit, and Grubel at the Sam. Dewey at the corner. Free safety is Hartung, and the strong safety is Wilmot. The corner is Ellers. The linebackers are Dyke and Menke. Dykey, that is. What do you think, Tim? You ready?
I'm ready. I'm sitting here. I'm dancing. I go, I'm not even on the field. And I'm just get that the pregame jitters. Like, I just want to go out and hit somebody. Then once you get hit a couple times, get that first sweat going on, then it's like it all settles down. It becomes football. You forget the sidelines. You just go ahead and play.
Kicking off for Indianola is going to be Aiden Keller, the 5'11 sophomore at 160 pounds. Entrican Max Snyder and also Nick Severson back deep for Centennial. We're not going to have the sky this bright for the rest of the year, so let's enjoy it tonight on this, the 26th of August, 2022. We're ready for the next season, and it begins now.
Little breeze coming from the east, kind of a crosswind tonight.
And the season is underway. High end-over-end kick into the back of the end zone. It's taken by Max Snyder, but he cannot advance it once it goes into the end zone. So it'll be 1st and 10 for Centennial from their own 20-yard line. All right, Trenton Smith, this is your chance. Let's see Eli Porter see if he gets the first carry. Or we're going to see some of that passing that we keep whispering about. But I still think the bread and butter is going to be running the football.
I'm going to guess that they're going to run the ball. See how that timing goes. Using the back, as Coach said, is going to be running by committee tonight. He has no favorite lead back in their offense.
Morgan is behind the quarterback, and in motion goes Porter. They go Morgan first snap, and he stood straight up. And it's a misdirection, and it's still on his feet, going down the left side, tripped up from behind. Eli Porter gets all the way up to the 42-yard line, a gain of 22 yards. First down, Jaguars.
Got good blocking on the outside there. Creating that lane. It's good misdirection. The linebackers took the inside fake to Morgan, and Porter kicking it outside.
Well, hard to break away from what got you here for so many wins. That's exactly what, on the misdirection, you tackle everybody. Smith and Morgan again. Snyder and Severson come to the near side. It's a passing down. Smith rolls out to the near side. He's going to tuck it, get across midfield and into Indianola territory before he's knocked out of bounds by Johnny Menke at the 46-yard line. Very, very close to a first down, and it is. Move the chains, 2 plays, 2 first downs for the Jaguars.
Good roll out right there. Smart move by Trenton not to throw the ball downfield in coverage there. He had a wide open lane. Now there's 10 yards of open grass. So take that. Outran the pursuit of Caden Boyd for Indianola.
If the pass isn't there when you've got a quarterback that can run it means good things. So Trenton Smith now, 5 yards off the ball, looks to the right, throws right. Complete, Max Snyder near the 35-yard line. Taking him out of bounds is Kyle Hartung.
Snyder was identified as really being one of the main passing targets for Trenton Smith. Good timing route there, coming back. Nice little curl pattern on the sideline there, and that's going to be open.
Another first down for Centennial. The Jaguars having their way. Clock stopped at 11:09. We'll move on the snap. Man in motion gets the ball. Popping off one is Porter, and then he is going to head towards the house. He's going to get inside the 10, inside the 5. Eli Porter.
Yeah. Good block out there by Kelvin Jones. The big tackle got out there, kicked his man out, which create the running lane on the inside. That's usually where your big gashes are if the running back can cut it in. So it's a good blocking out there on the edge, creating a lane there for Porter.
Kyle Hartung, the tackle for Indianola. First and goal from the 3. Smith under center. Handoff. Up the gut. Getting towards the goal line is Easton Miller, and he's in for a touchdown.
Good solid drive. Start the game. If I'm correct, there were no second downs.
No second downs. All first downs on that drive. And somebody different touched it almost every single play.
Good
so
mix.
when he talks about running back by committee, I think we just saw the committee report for duty.
Yeah, I think so. And one pass.
On to attempt the extra point. And kicking it through is Cale Weiner. 7-0 Jaguars, 10:35 to play here in the first quarter.
1,300 vehicles on WaukeeChevy.com. Schottenkirk Chevy Waukee. If we don't have it, you can build it. Newly expanded service department means we're hiring. See the openings on WaukeeChevy.com. Schottenkirk Chevy Waukee. WaukeeChevy.com.
I'm off to college. Oh, rats!
Hi, Joe the Car Guy with a reminder. Before you send your kids off to school, set up an appointment with Westside Auto. We check everything from tires to belts, fluids, hoses, wipers, and lights. 44 inspection points to help prevent that oh rats moment for your students. Call us today to set up your appointment. We'll have your kids off to school saying,
For the best, head west.
Westside Auto.
Free Godfather's Pizza begins with the download. Order through my new online ordering app and start earning free pizza and sides. It's easy. Download the Godfather's Pizza online ordering app today. Do it.
5 plays, 80 yards. Easton Miller, the touchdown. We didn't even think we'd see Easton run the ball, and he came in on that fullback position. And it's 7-0 Jaguars early on here.
Good solid drive, no penalties. I mean, good handoffs there. So I'm sure the Indianola coach is going to talk to his defense, looking at what the keys are, what they're looking at, and make some adjustments.
Severson to put a leg into it. Nick, low liner, then it gains some altitude. Taken at the 5. To the 20, 25, still moving. Matthew Edgington, the return man. Let's go down. Jeff Brooks, he's on our sidelines for that report. Jeff, you almost were out of position. It moved so fast.
Boy, it did go fast down here. I was just thinking, Centennial had their way there. Looked pretty good. Everything was pretty effective. It looked a lot like the same old offense. Josh Lohman and that Indianola defense have to get things figured out over there. Let's see what their offense could do here.
All right, thank you, Jeff, for that report. Here come the Indians on first down. It's going to be a quarterback keeper by Brick. He's toward the outside. He's near midfield. Great run across the 47-yard line before he's upended by Bo Gerke.
Great fake
Bennett
there to
Brick.
Eddington. Great belly fake to Eddington. They took it in there. They thought there'd be a fullback dive, so he went out there, read it, cut it inside, pick up a solid 12, 14 yards. So good start by the Indianola offense.
The non-second down game continues. First down and 10 for Indianola. They're near midfield at the 49. Brick has 3 receivers to his left. He's going to do the read option again, and he's going to give it up right towards his running back up the middle, and that's Edgington. Still positive yards, but we're going to say for the first time tonight, second down.
Give the chain gang a rest. They don't have to run down and keep respotting the chains every play, so they appreciate the defensive effort.
Well, the chain gang here, they have to stare into the sun here for the first couple of games, but that's the price you have to pay for having a good seat.
Right.
On the second clap, Brick to throw, comes down the near side, has a man, and it's caught by the man who was in motion. That's Will Shivers. He's down to the 20, inside the 25 to the 23-yard line.
Joe Talmadge had a hand on it, got up there, tipped the ball, but good concentration by Shivers, catching the ball, looking it into his hands. Big play there, moving the chains again, taking it down to the 23-yard line. So good out route by Shivers.
Bennett Brick took over in game 1 last year, never looked back. He is not missing a beat in this opening drive. Read option up the middle. Edgington goes right into the teeth of the Jaguar defense for a short gain. Last guy off the pile for the Jaguars is Mitch Greider.
Got some size up there in those two ends and nose tackle with Greider and Taggart. That's a formidable group. And then we got the linebacker scraping quite a bit. So that interior 7 is pretty stout to move around.
Second down and 7. 8:18 to go here, first quarter. Indianola moving the football. Back to passes. Brick throws the screen, and it's actually more of a drag route there. Intended receiver is Max Flaherty.
They just underthrew him a little bit. That's in a tight window. So now we get our first third down play. Third and some distance here. A little bit outside of their, I don't know what the field goal range is. I think they'd rather get inside the 20 to the 15. So we'll see if they don't convert here, if they're at the 2-down territory.
Edgington behind Brick. Bennett looks back to pass. Throws on the cross route, and it's received by Will Shivers. He's inside the 20, but he's going to be several yards short of the first down.
Looks like a little mini screen, cut back in the inside. Couldn't break a tackle there. Good tackle by English. They're bringing up a 4th and 5 or 4th and long 4. See what play. They are going to attempt the field goal.
To attempt the kick is Aiden Keller. It'll be out of the hold of John C. Hale from the 25. It's a 35-yard field goal near hash. The kick is long enough, and it is good. Indianola on the board, 7-3, 7:28 to play, first quarter.
Love a good win, however small or ordinary. Losing track of time, finding yourself with a few extra dollars in your pocket, soaking up the perfect Iowa day. These are the everyday delights and small victories that make us smile. These are the moments that connect us all as Iowans. And these are the moments that, more often than not, start with Iowa's farm families and the corn they're growing. Because when corn grows Iowa, Iowans win.
Hi, this is Chris from Fireplace Superstore, and it's going to be an interesting patio furniture season this year. We have ordered a ton of merchandise, but due to supply chain issues, it's coming in a truckload at a time all summer long. If you want the best patio furniture, check early and check often. If you want to custom order your furniture, get in here as soon as you can to give your furniture the best chance to arrive this summer. Fireplace Superstore, Iowa's best patio furniture selection, just east of I-35 on Douglas Avenue.
Game number 1. We got a good one so far. Centennial 7, Indianola 3. Along with Tim Halber, I'm Paul Yeager. Jeff Brooks is here with us in the CISN TV crew watching us here tonight on YouTube. We've got 3 games going on right now. No score between Waukee, Northwest, and Valley. Southeast Polk leads Dowling early 7-0. That's in the first quarter. Indianola already their second kickoff of the game. It's the guy who just kicked a 35-yard field goal. This one's going to be returnable. Max Snyder takes it at the 5. Runs to the near side looking for his wedge. There's a penalty flag. Now another one comes. Snyder still on his feet. He's at the 40 across midfield. Makes a cut back into Indianola territory to the 45, but hold the phone.
Good tackle there by Cale Meacham out there, but it may come back. We saw a couple flags flying out there, so.
Cale Meacham makes the tackle. One flag lays at the 32, another one back at the 16. Penalties are common in game number 1. It doesn't mean that coaches like them.
Especially on special teams, because you don't practice that live as much as you do your offense and defense. So guys get out of position, they reach their hands out, and usually it's a hold or push in the back.
So Gerke whistled for the hold on the return, and that came out rather easily. Jeff, we'll get to you after this play here as the Jaguars are going to start all the way back at their own 8. 7-3 Centennial. All first downs on that last drive. Smith and now Ty Morgan behind him. Smith in the gun. In motion goes Porter. They give it to Porter. He jet sweeps it around the outside, tries for the hand down, but Can't get any farther than that. Jeff Brooks, what do you know after seeing that other drive by Indianola? What'd you see?
Yeah, well, I liked what Indianola did there. They came back and said, hey, boys, we're here to play too. So they punched it down. Just, field goal to work. Let's see what happens with them. Defensively, they got to control the edge, and I kind of overheard the coaches talk about, I'd rather a little bit of passing. Let's control this running game first. So we'll see if the D can do that.
It's all about controlling the run game, Jeff Brooks. Well said, my friend. 2nd and 9. Jaguars, let's see what adjustments Indianola has made after that first drive. Smith, the turnaround Morgan. He has stopped right where he took the ball. In fact, he had forward progress. They're going to say he got up to about the 7, but holy buckets, that was a wall of white.
You tell if that was Dykey that on the tackle?
Let's watch it again here on our camera work. Morgan was
it might have been
right there.
Wyatt DeWitt.
Yep.
The defensive end got in there unblocked. Good tackle. Luckily didn't lose more there, but gave him a gain of a yard.
Wyatt DeWitt, good stop. 3rd and 12. Jaguars have to get all the way up to the 18. Smith in his own end zone. Clock's ticking. He is going to get ripped down, and it is going to be a safety. And guess who did it again?
Yeah.
Wyatt DeWitt shields off his blocker, takes his blocker into the quarterback, and it's 2 points for Indianola.
A 6'2", 232-pound junior end there. So, one, it gives you 2 points, but also it gives your offense the ball back here still in the first quarter. So, took too long for those routes to run that, Trent needs to get the ball released a little bit quicker there. When you're in your end zone, you got to have that internal clock running, knowing you have to get the ball out.
So Kevin Jones was fighting out with all of his might, but you're right about the clock ticking. It's all about 1, 2, you've got to get rid of it in the end zone.
Yeah, they ran 3 deeper routes because they had 8 yards to go, so you want the routes to go out there, but you have to have somebody coming back. At least if you throw it out there 5 yards, you get the incompletion. But that's just, more quarterback play, that clock will develop a little bit better for him.
I've got to say, Tim, I'm thinking of the years we've done games up here. That's the only safety in a legit matchup. We've seen overmatched teams.
Yeah.
I'm not going to name their names, but sometimes a team that just can't fight real well is sacked in the end zone for a safety. But in this close game, 7-5 here as we go to the 5th. Pitching is letting up a little bit.
It's like a baseball game between Centennial and Indianola. If you had 7-5 going into the extra innings, but that's where just good athleticism by that Indianola defense. They're bringing it. So see what they do when they get the ball back, and also they're kicking off from only the 20.
Jeff Brooks will have the 6th and 7th to take us home, Tim, for the rest of the game. I could do baseball stuff all night if you want. Severson will tee it up at the 20, and as you talked about, it's all about field position now, as that ball is going to be taken at about the 32-yard line by Indianola's John C. Hale. And that'll be where Indianola goes to work, only down by 2. It's just, you don't see it that often, but here you go.
They can advance the runner.
Indians go to work. 5:24 to go first quarter. Defense back out there for Centennial. Offense for Indianola. Brick. 3-step, 4-step drop. Looking for the screen. Goes across the middle. Tipped in and out and incomplete. Almost intercepted by Connor Welch. We do have a penalty flag back at the 38.
Looks like could be one of those holding, but that was a tip. Quarterbacks hate that when it gets a tip ball there. That Welsh almost had a pick there right at midfield. Calling holding on Jack Moore there at the center. So now it brings up another set of, first down. They move the ball back to the 28-yard line.
Indianola, the penalty against them. 1st and 26, all the way back to the 28-yard line. High snap. Taken and then up, and not much further than that.
Taggart back there forcing the run. He got in there pretty quickly. Had his hands on had a hand on the quarterback, couldn't quite pull him down, but created a no gain. Snap was a little off, caused the quarterback to scramble.
2nd and 26. Ball has to get all the way up to the 47 of the Centennial side of the field. Brick looks to cut it, get it all in one play. Hasek man caught! He gets it all, and there's a penalty flag. I'm not sure this one's going to stand.
It could be offensive. You know, he might have pushed off there on the defensive back in front of him in order to catch the ball, so we'll see how they call it.
Hale made an athletic play. It's just unfortunately for him, not in the rules that he can do that.
Yeah.
So here's the thing. You got all the yards you needed for the first down and then 15 more.
Right.
And now you're going to go backwards even further on 3rd down. Here's the thing, Tim, I'm noticing early on Indianola. Not afraid. So 15 yards back. And Indianola's got play after play that they are willing to try.
Yep, nothing lost. They're a 4A school. They're coming up here like, we're going to take on the big guys, and we're not going to show we're not afraid. So, once again, we talked about is a pass set up their running game, so they're not afraid to pass it, and the receivers are getting open.
Let's see. We have a timeout. Centennial at the 4:32 mark. 7-5 Jaguars. We'll be back in a moment.
75 years, Holt service trucks have hit the streets of central Iowa to help customers in need. It might be for plumbing, heating, cooling, a water heater, or the usual repairs and maintenance. We've done that with quality work from quality employees who bring passion and personality to the job. That's the Holt difference. It gives me great pride to see how our company has grown from the seeds of success my grandfather planted in 1947. That's why more and more central Iowans are saying, let Holt handle that.
Not all used vehicles are created equal.
DeArmond certified used vehicles have a big advantage.
What sets us apart is that all used vehicles receive a 175-point inspection.
Carfax report, 2 oil changes, collision deductible coverage, and wheel dent and windshield repair.
Also, all DeArmond certified come with 2 warranties. A 1-year 12,000-mile bumper-to-bumper and a 2-year 100,000-mile powertrain. DeArmond Ford Indianola, DeArmond Automotive Knoxville, DeArmondAuto.com.
Second and 40.
Minus 30 yards in 2 plays.
Cut it in half each time, right? 2
Yep.
big 20-yard plays. Brick looks for the out and up. He has the out, and it's out of bounds. He was headed for his wide receiver, Drew Kingery, on the near side.
Kingery is like he was
3rd and 40.
I just bet him to run up the sideline, running up the ladder there, and he took it inside the numbers, and I think he took the inside hash, and so little misdirection. But now brings up a 3rd and a lot. 3rd and 40.
All right, you're Centennial. You pin your ears back and go after him?
I would. I think it's a good time for a blitz because it's going to take a long time to get a pass set up where he really wants to go, unless he runs some kind of quick screen. But I would send a linebacker here. It looks like they're going to go with the 3-man rush.
3 receivers left. 1 goes in motion. They go back up with the run, trying to get in that hollowed out area, and they get a whole lot of yardage, but nowhere close to what they needed with Matthew Edgington.
Good call by Bruck. Are you looking at there? You got a 3-man rush. The linebackers are playing back 10 yards off, so your lineman can get a good block on there, so why not take a run? Give your punter a little more room and play the field position game, get a good punt off here, see if you can keep them back around their 30.
Clock under 4 minutes, 7-5. Jaguars lead the Indians. First punt of the game. Nice spiral. Going to be taken by Severson at the 35. Tries to get to the outside. 50, now Indianola territory, down to the 35, 32, before he's bull rushed. Late flag comes in. That's going to be a late hit on Indianola. I think Johnny Menke maybe gave one extra tackle. Same with Liam Kelso. Maybe a little extra right there.
Yeah, big block there. I thought he almost got clipped a bit, but Hudson Simon got a big block there to spring Severson on the return to get it down there, and yet it looked like a little bit of a late hit.
Well, Kyle Hartung. I got to get used to this whole PA from the referee. I got to pause now. But now we'll actually get the plays right. There you go, Tim.
At least you won't get the wrong player. Like I thought, what's his name had the penalty, but at least that's how they see it.
Well, so we talked all about field position and how that one play may have helped. Pretty much all wiped out right there. Ball at the 20. Smith, handoff. Now on the second man through, it's Porter. Gets to the outside, and then he's met by 1, then 2. 7, then 15. So that is Menke and Grubel.
Yeah, Johnny Menke for Indianola. What the coach's side goes, that's one of his defensive stalwarts is Menke in there, number 7, playing that middle linebacker, strong linebacker spot. But, he hit the gap. So the ears, pinned back here, they got to have a good defensive stand.
Loss of 6 on the play. 2nd and 16. 3 minutes to go, first quarter. Exciting one here so far. Porter goes in motion. He gets the ball on the swing pass, makes a move to the 20, but no further. He gets about 2 extra yards from the line of scrimmage. Micah Dewey, the tackle.
Good pursuit by the defense there. Chase Shetty out there getting a block, but smart enough not to shove him in the back to pick up a penalty there, but still able to pick up a couple yards, but brings up a 3rd and long.
3rd and 12. 2:42 to go. Smith all alone in the backfield. Looks to the left, goes across the middle. Shetty catches it at the 15. Good gain, but well short of the first.
Crossing out there. They have not brought the kicking team out yet. Looks like they're going to go for it. Being down there at 4th and 6 at the 15.
Well, all your math is thrown off now with that safety about what you do in what situation. Now, it's early. It's only first quarter. Field goal would give you a 1-point advantage here. But you're also inside the 20, too, Tim. It becomes field position.
Exactly. See what your offense has. See if they're going to run the ball. Something quick on the outside.
Smith locked to the left, goes to the end zone. Little push off there. No call. A little less egregious than it was on Centennial. They go to looking for Chase Shetty again, incomplete. And we have a lineman down for the Jaguars.
Hate to see that early in the season.
Now, the Jaguars did bring back all of their starting line from last season. And I think that's Kevin Jones.
Can't quite tell what the number is, but hopefully sometimes they get rolled up on. And just better delayed there to make sure that nothing else is hurt.
I missed your replay, Justin. I'm sorry. You probably had the injury. 1:56 to play here in the first quarter as Jones is down there.
Yeah, that play the end zone, that's a good no call because both were kind of jostling around. There was not, like you said, wasn't an egregious push off to get the hand on the ball there, but a good aggressive call there. So still, by turning over on downs, it only puts the ball at the 15-yard line.
It is Kevin Jones. Jones, from what I've learned from the parent committees and show choir, concert choir, baseball, and National Honor Society.
When he starts to develop and really his skill set starts to evolve, I think he'll be something. That's impressive for this senior.
And thank you to the Jaguar Parent Committee for helping out with some of the A, pronunciations, B, some facts about their players. If you want to fill that out, you're watching this on replay, keep filling it out. And some of the starters, they'd like a little more information on you, or just complete it if you can. We want to be able to talk about all sorts of players. 1st and 10 for Indianola from their own 15. 1:56 to go here, first quarter. Brick goes up the middle with the handoff on the run option. Not much doing there for Matthew Edgington.
A host of players in there. Binstock in there.
Binstock in there for Centennial. Gain of 2 on the play. Edgington is behind Brick. Bennett looks left and right. Throws the football. Caught. And up for a couple of yards. Hale.
Good tackle on the outside there. A little quick hit. 3rd and manageable. Receiving core for Indianola are very quick. They run very good routes in there. They get out in their patterns quickly.
Drew Kingery comes to the near side. Edgerton's behind Brick. Quick whistle.
I think two players in motion, I believe.
Timeout Indianola. We'll step away for a moment. 36 seconds left in the first quarter. Centennial by 2.
We are so much more
than an energy company.
We are connectors,
community protectors, and clean energy leaders.
We are
job creators,
friends and neighbors,
stewards of your dollars and savings.
Yes, we
are so much more.
We are the energy
behind your everyday.
And we are
obsessively,
relentlessly
at your service.
For 75 years, Holt service trucks have hit the streets of central Iowa to help customers in need. It might be for plumbing, heating, cooling, a water heater, or the usual repairs and maintenance. We've done that with quality work from quality employees who bring passion and personality to the job. That's the Holt difference. It gives me great pride to see how our company has grown from the seeds of success my grandfather planted in 1947. That's why more and more central Iowa
Ball comes loose after the play. It's very, very close to the first down on a swing pass to Will Shivers. He was at the 25. Brody Taggart makes the tackle, and it is enough for a first down, so Indianola's going to keep the possession and move the chains.
He put his right foot down, which moved the ball back a little bit, but still got enough for the first down.
You love that whole left-right, right foot stuff.
You know what? You watch it, and John Madden is correct. If you walk up there, and if he puts his right foot down, the ball is always a little bit farther back than he puts the left foot. So, but
that's why he's paying attention, folks.
The late great John Madden.
Brick on first down to throw. Quarterback draw, steps back up into it, though. Good comeback and adjustment to the ball, as well as defense.
Good offense turned defensive back there by Drew Kingery. Looked like Bennett had some room to run. It opened up in front of him that he could have taken off.
And Connor Welch, good turnaround to make that stop.
Yep.
Knocked that one away. And that is going to end the first quarter. Pretty fun so far. 7-5, Centennial with the lead.
1,300 vehicles on WaukeeChevy.com. Schottenkirk Chevy Waukee. If we don't have it, you can build it. Newly expanded service department means we're hiring. See the openings on WaukeeChevy.com. Schottenkirk Chevy Waukee. WaukeeChevy.com.
I'm off to college. Oh, rats!
Hi, Joe the Car Guy with a reminder. Before you send your kids off to school, set up an appointment with Westside Auto. We check everything from tires to belts, fluids, hoses, wipers, and lights. 44 inspection points to help prevent that oh rats moment for your students. Call us today to set up your appointment. We'll have your kids off to school saying,
For the best, head west.
Westside Auto.
Why do businesses succeed? The Better Business Bureau sees the traits of successful businesses every day. It's not easy, but it is simple. The BBB fosters trust between Iowa businesses and consumers.
Visit bbb.org.
Let's see, we've had a touchdown with no second downs. We had a drive almost the same way. Field goal, safety. What are we missing here? A return of some kind? We've had it all here. 7-5 is our score as we begin quarter number 2. Tim Halber, Paul Yeager, Jeff Brooks, Jeff Martens, Justin, Peter. We got the whole group here tonight. Good crowd on hand for this opener. Indianola has it 2nd and 10 from their own 25. They need to get out to the 35. Little jump by the Jags. They come back into place. Play change. Kingery gets the call here on the near side. They're going to run option up the middle with Edgington, and that might not have been the play Brick wanted to do. But you know how it is. Sometimes you're doing one thing to set up another.
Right, they had trips out here to the left who was drawing the defense out. You think it would bring the linebackers over, but pretty stout inside there, by that front three, and then also their outside linebacker bring it in. So, good stop there, so it brings up a 3rd and 8 for the Indianola offense.
Brick has them huddled. They break. It's really just been a run option. There's been very few straight handoffs. Kingery in motion. Little bit of pressure. Brick gets it away, throws it off back foot. It has a man. It's caught. It's just a question if he's in or out, and he's in.
Very good.
Drew Kingery catches the ball at the 45. We have a penalty flag back. I think Brick took a hit.
It looks like they're a late hit out there. Edgington had a really good block on there, but I think as he released the ball, he got a late hit. Plus, there's a reception there at the 45-yard line. So, will that be tacked on to what was about a 25-yard gain?
Zach English whistled on that play, and that's costly. You gave up a big 3rd and long, and then the late hit. So what turned out to be a 28, add another 15. I don't have my toes out right now, but that's a big play.
Less than 50, but not quite, more than 40.
All the way down to the 30-yard line. So
we've seen a series of large 15-yard penalties flipping the field.
Brick stays in. Brick throws. Caught. Kingery. Tackle made. Connor Welch right there. Welch was talked a lot about as an offense and defensive player. We've seen him more on defense here.
Yeah, good tackler out there on the outside. It doesn't look like much, but looking at the offensive coach, look at what's that setting up? How are they playing? Drew Kingery on the outside when he does a little curl route. Is there going to be a give and go later on in the game and get closer to the end zone? So everything is like a chess match. This play sets up another play for later on.
2nd and 7 from the Centennial 27. Edgington up the middle, not much go there, but the line of scrimmage. Bogerke.
Simon in there in the middle. Binstock creating, not letting, getting some deep penetration there. So good play by the interior line and linebackers.
What 3rd down magic can the Indians pull out this time? Clock under 10 minutes for Brick. Edgington's behind him. Indianola needs to get to the 20. Brick across the middle, rifles it. Boom, shot, and then it's popped out of the hands. Taken away by Hudson Simon. That would have been a 1st down. That was a pop for the ages. Oh, my goodness. Drew Kingery lit up.
Talmadge came in there, timed it just as he came across the middle. That's one of the dangerous things about taking that, running across the middle there, you're going to get tagged if you're not maybe hitting a swivel. He caught the ball, but ricocheted out of his hands, creating the interception.
And
Kingery took a shot.
I'm not sure if that was Josh Binstock that had the hit again. Can we see that play one more time, Justin? I want to see. I was looking at more the ball on that first replay. As Kingery is still there. Here comes the replay again, Tim. Lots of time. It was Talmadge, Joe Talmadge with the big hit. And then Simon picks it up, and boy, the thing is for Indianola, you just hate to see any injury there. The 6'4 senior, 193 pounds. Kingery's been a big-time target for Indianola early on, and he gets up and a slow walk to the sidelines. Turnover, though.
Coach Kluver's out there talking to the official. He's not happy with the hit, but it looked like from a clean hit, he went in there, just kind of timed it right as he was catching the ball.
Was it a lead with the head is what Coach Kluver's probably asking him.
Yep.
You know, and that's, but looking at the two times that we watched it here, looks shoulder.
Looks like a shoulder tooth there. That you just looks one of those, it's a bang hand looks probably worse than it is. You know, it's good to see that Kingery getting up and walking off on his own power.
Trenton Smith goes to work, 1st and 10, handoff. Porter. Not much room there. Indianola. Andler, Dykey.
Dykey's put in a good inside position there in his linebacker position.
Southeast Polk and Dowling tied at 7. Northwest leads Valley 7-0. They're about to go to half there at Northwest. Porter in motion. Smith cuts in front of one. Gets rid of it to his safety valve. Ball comes out. It's going to be a turnover, and Indianola has it.
That was a rough play from the start. Wyatt DeWitt, name we called before, he had his hands on Trenton Smith. Trenton Smith got the ball out quicker than he wanted to, but then good open field tackling there created the turnover. So, or did they say he was down? I got the officials discussing.
Lawson Langford caught it, and Kyle Hartung. It is going to be recovered by the defense, so it was picked up by Hartung.
Well, he had ran about 5-6 yards with the ball, so he had possession of the ball.
It was just a matter of, was it out before he hit the ground?
Right. I think the rule here at the ground can't call as a fumble, but looks like he lost control and on the first tackle, so Indianola got the ball back.
All right, turnover battle 1-1. Play action, Brick to throw. Out of the backfield, and boy, almost dropped again. Gerke was lurking, so was Easton Miller. The intended receiver was Ethan McDonald. Centennial's defense is what other coaches are concerned about. They can hit hard. They've proven it so far in this game. Does it line up with what you've seen with the eye test so far, Tim?
Yeah, they are. They're physical. They're quick to the ball. I think they're trying to figure out some of the misdirection. It's a very good passing team, so I think it's spreading the defense out. If you try to run the ball and get them compact, that's the strength of the Centennial defense. So I like the game plan. Spread it out a little bit. Challenge their DBs to cover their receivers.
Edgington is there for show. They go to the end zone, and it's going to be caught. Touchdown, Indianola. In the end zone is Drew Kingery back in the game, and Indianola has the lead.
It's hard to cover a 6'4" receiver, and Drew Kingery coming back after getting hit only about 4 or 5 plays ago, coming down that out there. But he had position and putting the ball up there, letting the receiver get it. Great pass by Breck and good catch by Kingery.
$27 yards. Kingery from Brick. On to attempt the extra point is Aiden Keller. Kick is up and good. Indianola 12, Centennial 7 here in the second.
Free Godfather's Pizza begins with the download. Order through my new online ordering app and start earning free pizza and sides. It's easy. Download the Godfather's Pizza online ordering app today. Do it.
Do you know what the best part about being a dog is? You can hear disaster before it even happens. You know what they say about disaster. Sometimes it can inspire a symphony. An honest day's work deserves an honest day's treat.
No extra charge.
And that is why we choose Honest Wrenches. No extra charge, and it's how service should be.
Why do businesses succeed? The Better Business Bureau sees the traits of successful businesses every day. It's not easy, but it is simple. The BBB fosters trust between Iowa businesses and consumers.
Visit bbb.org.
Welcome back to Ankeny Stadium. Indianola leads Ankeny Centennial 12-7. 8:32 to go here in the second quarter. Southeast Polk now leads Dowling 14-7. And Northwest 7, Valley 0. That is at the 4:04 mark in the second quarter. All those games are on CISN.TV. Support the businesses that bring these games to you. Tell the schools thank you for making sure high school football takes to the air. Aiden Keller gets it in. Low line kick. Going to be taken up by Severson at the 15. Severson is going to run out of room. What a great sprint down the field. Special teams coverage. Josh Eilers. Jeff Brooks is down on our sideline. Haven't heard from Jeff because big defense, but it was offense there, Jeff.
You guys are talking too much up there. No, what a great, I haven't talked to you for a long time. Had a lot of stuff to say. That's all in the past. Indianola's here to play. Coach Lohman heard what I said after that first drive. He has made some adjustments with that defensive group. They're playing outstanding, holding their lanes. Offensively, they look good. Centennial, I look for big things here to finish out this half. I think they're gonna do a little 5A stuff here and say, here we come. So let's see what happens.
All right, Jeff, thank you so much. I'll get you more in, don't you worry. Smith, turn around. Sprint out to the right, and he is tackled behind the line of scrimmage. That's called a sack in football. Liam Kelso. Jeff just said, Tim, that same thing you had said earlier about Indianola. They are not afraid of Centennial in the least. Now, give them a 5-point lead. They're even playing with less fear than no fear.
And they got the ball down here. The defense goes, if we get them a 3 and out, we give our offense the ball back with plenty of time there. So the defense, good play by Liam Kelso, went out there, took his read. I'm surprised that Centennial's gotten away from the run a little bit and trying to pass the ball more than they have.
Morgan is next to Smith. They're going to throw the football. Here comes a little bit of heat from the backside. Smith is going to step in front, make a guy miss, and then he's popped at the 15. Helmet comes off. I think who delivered the big hit was Chance Yates.
Wilmot in there as well.
So now Smith has to come out. Which means I think we'll see Chase Kluver, the nephew of Indianola coach Eric Kluver. Remember Eric Kluver played at Ankeny High for Jerry Pizzetti. I said, hey, who do you cheer for, nephews or your team? He says, oh, it's my team, but Thanksgiving's a lot more fun when we win.
Now we'll see. You always look at now with the backup quarterback coming in, middle of the game, is the timing there.
3rd and 10, timeout, Centennial. Probably a wise move because now you can have Smith come back in. I could see the whites of the eyes of Kluver from down here. We'll take a quick break. Back in a moment.
1,300 vehicles on WaukeeChevy.com. Schottenkirk Chevy Waukee. If we don't have it, you can build it. Newly expanded service department means we're hiring. See the openings on WaukeeChevy.com. Schottenkirk Chevy Waukee. WaukeeChevy.com.
I'm off to college. Oh, rats.
Hi, Joe the Car Guy with a reminder. Before you send your kids off to school, set up an appointment with Westside Auto. We check everything from tires to belts, fluids, hoses, wipers, and lights. 44 inspection points to help prevent that oh rats moment for your students. Call us today to set up your appointment. We'll have your kids off to school saying,
For the best, head west.
Westside Auto.
Free Godfather's Pizza begins with the download. Order through my new online ordering app and start earning free pizza and sides. It's easy. Download the Godfather's Pizza online ordering app today. Do it.
Kluver's still in.
Chase Kluver's going to get his chance here. 3rd and 9, 7:49 to play second quarter. Big play here for the Jaguars. Ball on the 15. Kluver, clock ticks, gets it away well short of his intended receiver, Chase Shuddy. It'll be 4th down. Coverage there from Indianola, Josh Eilers.
Tough spot for a sophomore quarterback. But Coach said he's the future. He's going to have some talent, but if you're going to throw it short, but don't try to do something deep and lay it out there so you don't create a turnover.
Well, and also that experience because, I mean, with Peyton Good, remember, he got hurt last year a couple of times, and Smith had the opportunity. Same thing could happen. I mean, both quarterbacks now have been knocked out for just a little bit. Indianola, they have 10 guys on the line. Penalty flag flies as the punt is away from Simon. It hits at the 41, stays on the Jaguar side of the field, but let's see.
Can't tell if it was someone lined up the neutral zone or if someone took off early. He's looking over at the Centennial sideline for what they want to call.
All right, Jeff Brooks, don't you worry. We're going to come down to you here in a minute once we get the call from Dave Rittman. Jeff, the game is way different down there than it is up here. What are you seeing down on the field?
Yeah, so one of the comments you guys made earlier was about Centennial's defense and how hard hitting they are. And I'm going to tell you, that hit that caused the interception, I've been on the sidelines a lot, and I haven't seen a hit cleaner or harder than that. They really are hitting. They just got to settle down on defense and know what coverages they're in and be confident in themselves. They'll be fine in this game. For Indianola, just keep on doing what you're doing because they really, offensively and defensively, they're playing well. They're physical. They have a little bit of speed in positions they need to, and you know that works for a 4A team that's coming in here to compete. So let's see what the rest of this half brings.
Jeff, do you see the swagger from Indianola on the sideline? Are you seeing that?
I see a lot of confidence. No, not much, not overly swagger, but there's a lot of confidence, a lot of self-talk over here. Coaches are encouraging there's no negative talk when things don't go their way. Although Coach Kluver is upset about something all game, and I can't figure out what it is, but we'll see what's going on.
You may have to ask him off air at halftime. We'll see. All right, they go up the middle with Edgington. He gets it across the 40. Inside to the 36. Brody Taggart again tagged with a tackle. Early on here, Tim, it's still defensive line making the stops. It hasn't quite gotten to the linebacker set yet.
Right, they get in there. Good block by Boyd and Moore on the inside, creating a seam that, the first down, getting a rushing there. Now you got 2nd and 5. Opens up your offense a little bit, in a pass there. So good to see him running the first down.
2nd and mid. It's the toss underneath, and it's going to be a couple of yard gain for Hale. And
Easton Miller, the tackle there, good open field tackle.
Up for the tackle is Cole Greider.
Yep, Bo Gerke on the tackle there, so try to get something outside, use that speed.
Just a little shovel pass underneath there, yep. Yeah, good idea, like you said. Get some speed, possibly to go your way.
Yep.
3rd and 4. Low snap. Brick throws to the sideline, and it's nowhere close. Kind of just threw that away for Will Shivers. And this might be a punt. And I say might.
Ball back at the...
But I don't think so.
At the 37. Now you're playing field position here. You got 6 minutes left. You had a good stop there, so play the field position game, not getting the... See if they want to pooch it.
I think that's exactly what we're going to see.
Quarterback in to take the snap as a punter.
He could also throw it if he sees something, and he does throw it. Oh, they had a misread on that play. Oh, boy. Kingery was supposed to keep going. He stopped.
Kingery had a one-on-one out there. He took it and curled it in when he was expecting him to do more of a post pattern and miscue.
Was Kingery, though, did he stop past the first down?
He did. He hooked it. He may have thought that he just had to curl it in. And
Yeah, he did. He stopped at the 28 on that reception, so that would have been enough for a first down. Oh, they're going to want that one back. Well, here comes Centennial, though. 6:06, 2 timeouts, lots of time. Trenton Smith hands around to Morgan. Morgan's wrapped up in a hurry by Johnny Menke, the senior. I like Menke.
Yep.
Boy, he's been everywhere.
Yeah, they have been pursuing very well, which means that their interior three plus their outside linebacker there, which you would probably call Kelso, forcing the edge, really freeing up your linebackers to really scrape and pursue and cut down those outside lanes.
Coach Kluver says Menke could play at a high level and does. Smith throws quickly and is trying to go for Max Snyder. Now, Max is tall. Not that tall. And I could use this at any point. Max Snyder was a Little League champion one year when he played for the A's. Good baseball player at the time. Now he's in football. His brother played basketball last year and the year before. Now it's Max's turn. No more Jackson. Now it's just Max. 12-7. Indianola. 5.5 to play here in the first half. Porter goes in motion. Smith looks for the throwback. He has Snyder. It's caught, and then nowhere more to go as Josh Eilers.
Josh Eilers been playing a solid game. I've seen him tackle on special teams. He's been out here on the outside. Had the read really well. Actually knocked him for a loss. Great open field tackle there. So as a corner, he's playing really good because they're not going to get anything deep because the quarterback has no time to sit in the pocket. So great 3 and out by the Indianola defense.
And we're going to have a timeout, Indianola, here with 4:53 to go before half.
One timeout.
All love a good win, however small or ordinary. Losing track of time, finding yourself with a few extra dollars in your pocket, soaking up the perfect Iowa day. These are the everyday delights and small victories that make us smile. These are the moments that connect us all as Iowans. And these are the moments that, more often than not, start with Iowa's farm families and the corn they're growing. Because when corn grows Iowa, Iowans win.
Hi, this is Chris from Fireplace Superstore, and it's going to be an interesting patio furniture season this year. We have ordered a ton of merchandise, but due to supply chain issues, it's coming in a truckload at a time all summer long. If you want the best patio furniture, check early and check often. If you want to custom order your furniture, get in here as soon as you can to give your furniture the best chance to arrive this summer. Fireplace Superstore, Iowa's best patio furniture selection, just east of I-35 on Douglas Avenue.
Indianola out of the timeout on the punt return. Back deep for the Indians. Micah Dewey, the senior, stands back at about the 27. A different punter, the left-footed Easton Miller, gets a nice spiral, bounces. And that is going to take a great Jaguar bounce, go out of bounds at the 9-yard line. That was a beauty. So Easton Miller scored the Jaguar touchdown, and now he might have just had the special teams play of the game.
It's about a 48-yard net punt on there, so that really flipped the field. So one timeout left, 4:43, lots of time there for Indianola. But we've seen no fear on their part to throw the ball and going forward on 4th down. So see what they have in store here deep in their own territory at the 9-yard line. What kind of offense they're going to run.
Well, how aggressive do you want to be early on here? You just need 10 yards. You need a first down before you can kind of open up the book. And as soon as I say that, they're going to run a 40-yard screamer right down the middle. Edgington behind Brick. They give it to Edgington. He bounces off one, but not the other 5 that come in.
Taggart in there.
Simon
Tackle,
as well.
A host of others. After an early run by Breck, we have not seen him run the ball since. He's kind of been passing and handing it off. So,
well, and part of that then is Indianola throws the ball more.
yeah.
And so now is it that whole, I think you talked about it in the open, Tim. You got to throw the ball to run it. That was more your talking point for Centennial. Brick throws it deep, got a guy, catches him in stride, and then off the helmet. Hale had nothing but green turf ahead of him and 6 points.
I thought he pulled it in. He kind of caught it on his fingertips, pulled it in, but just couldn't hold on to it coming in there. But he had 2 flight patterns, so I think it could, got the safeties out there, and he had his choices. Good throw by Breck. He had it out there. So full of surprises.
Well, the safety was slow to get over, and the corner got burned. So it'll be 3rd down and 10. 4 minutes left, just a tick under. Oh, that's going to be 2 different Indians moving at the same time as a legal procedure.
So now you got to, if you don't move the ball, you have a very short snap and punt out of your end zone. So do you want to get some yards, or you want to try for it again?
Well, let's look at it this way. Ball's at the 5. You want your full punt. You need a good 2 to 5 yards.
Right.
Are you going to get 3rd and 15 on one play, or are you going to settle for 4th and 10? 3:58 to go.
Trips right.
Edgington gets the handoff, and Centennial thought that's exactly what was coming right there. Zach English to meet Edgington at the 5.
No gain there, but the clock will keep running. 3:40.
Coming up at halftime on our game, we'll have Nate Lindgren, the new Ankeny Centennial activities director. Both schools with new activities directors. Nate coming from Valley, where he was the assistant AD there.
So you want to let this run down, kick it right around the 3-minute mark.
Running, punting, getting it. Pretty high kick, nice spiral. Severson takes it at the 42. Gets a couple of blocks and then is turned over after the hit by Max Flaherty. Jeff Brooks, I see you over there. Jeff Brooks, what do you know?
Well, Indianola just about got a delay a game. They were short one player, that's why they ran it all the way down. But that being said, big opportunity here for both teams. Centennial has a chance here to maybe take the lead at halftime, and Indianola can stop them and take the lead at half. So, I mean, this is a big drive here going into halftime.
All right, Jeff, thank you very much. He's got that one right. Big drive here for Centennial. 2:57 to go. Porter in motion. Handoff Morgan, then Porter on the second man through after the fake. Porter loses the football, but I think Centennial falls back on it. Max Snyder, the Johnny on the spot. That would have been huge.
Yeah, it would have been huge if he had fumbled the ball. Big hole out there. Good job by the offense. Eisentrager out there getting some blocks, causing a seam there, creating a seam there for Eli Porter. But got to be careful. You got to tuck that ball into your elbow so you don't lose it.
But good yardage there for Porter. Let's see if the ground game goes again. Gets the call here from Centennial. Little blown out play. That one was nowhere close to being what was drawn up in the huddle. Wyatt DeWitt, guess what? Blew up another play.
DeWitt's been having an evening out there in the backfield, but what that does is taking a 2nd and 2 the loss of yardage creates a 3rd and 9 out there, so there's look like a misdirection, like a misplay there. So once again, the timing being off, from the defense get back there and causing a sack.
Well, watching the replay there, I'm still not 100% sure what was supposed to happen. Timeout taken by Centennial.
Their last.
Southeast Polk has taken a 21-17 lead on Dowling. 34 seconds to go before half. Good crowd over there at Valley Stadium. They're at half between Valley and Waukee Northwest. I suppose I could rewind and look at what the halftime score was.
I don't know if we have a score in the Ankeny Waukee yet.
I don't. Waukee leads Ankeny 7-0. Next week, Ankeny has their home opener against Centennial.
Ankeny High has had its problems going to Waukee.
Yeah.
And in the past years, it's always been a tough place for them to go down and play.
I think, was that the championship year they lost?
Yeah. But then they had to play them in the playoffs. The year they won it, they had to beat Waukee at Waukee.
And that was the game to go to the Dome, if I remember correctly. Yep. 2:05 to play here before half. Out of the timeout. Looks like a passing formation. Smith, couple steps, steps under. He's going to run it and get pulled from the shoulder.
Fans wanted a horse collar, but he had him around the shoulder pad, so that's not there. So stopped him short. The mark is back at the 33, so brings up a 4th and 6. Clock running. There should not be a hurry.
Langford to the right of Smith on 4th down. They throw it, and it's knocked away, intended for Severson. And the big defense is Micah Dewey. It'll be a turnover on downs. 91 seconds to go for half. Much better field position now for Indianola.
You had a 4th and 6, and you had 27 seconds left on the clock. You could have settled down to get a better read. You have to rush a play out there, but it looks like they're trying to conserve some clock out there. So, but once dangerous to give Indianola the ball with 1:31, and they have a timeout left.
All right, Bennett Brick. What's he going to do? Edgington's behind him. Quick throw out. And just a couple of yards there for Kingery.
English out there again from his linebacker spot. He's been all over the field. I can see why he's the captain. He's been playing this for a long time. So way to keep everybody in front of you. That's it. Keep the clock running. Don't give them the long field. And play sound defense.
30 seconds go off the clock, and it's now still moving. Edgington up the gut. Goes off left side. He's got the first down. Clock will stop for just a moment. Making the shoestring tackle was Connor Welch. Ball gets up to about the 47. Gain of 13 on the play. About 15 seconds have gone off the clock. We're at 44. High snap. Brick steps, calmly throws, incomplete. Trying to go to Shivers. Either way, it was going to be an out pattern that gets out of bounds and stop the clock, or an incomplete.
Kingery running a deep route here on the right side. So get a little bit of time just to catch his breath. You want to try and begin, or is it 2 plays from now that you want to take a deep shot?
(12-7) Indianola with the lead and the ball. Can they find some magic here before half? Brick with time, throws down the far sideline, has a man wide open! And wisely gets out of bounds, does the man who pulled it in, which is Will Shivers. He's all the way down to the 26-yard line before Welch wraps him up. 28 seconds to go. All the time in the world now for Indianola.
Had the corner out there on the safety. Had a receiver took in, running the numbers. So he looked in, creating that opening on the sideline there. So they're running a deep safety and then like a 3-man underneath like you would on a goal line. So it's hard to prevent there when you run 2 players at the same position.
Shivers goes to the left. Menke is to the left side now of Brick in there for blocking. They're looking for Shivers. Throwing downfield wide open is the man, but he's out of bounds. Incomplete. Drew Kingery was there.
Well, you know with the ball at the 22 that Brecht's got the arm that he could get the ball in the end zone on the run.
And forgive me if I call Bennett Brick Bernie, his dad, used to be the activities director there at Indianola.
His dad doesn't mind, I'm sure.
No.
Yeah.
I'm sure his dad's a little bit nervous watching some of
Yep.
these games. He's seen all these games over the years. Second and 10, 20 seconds to go before half. Centennial trying to dial up some trouble. Play action. Little go route. Caught at the 5 to the 2 at the 1.
He's at
Max Flaherty.
They
It'll
got
be
him at the
first
2
and goal with 14 seconds
The
to
1.5
play.
or 2 yard. They still have a timeout, so they could take it here. You got 14 seconds to go. You choose they would take a timeout or they're going to wind the clock.
There's now going to be a timeout taken by Indianola.
So
All
what if
right,
you try
let's see. I have to
You had
find.
14 seconds, so why? I don't know if you want to let it run it down and get 2 plays with 9 seconds.
Let's see where Jeff Brooks is. I misplaced him. Oh, there he is. All right, Jeff, I know where Jeff's at. He was getting ready for the halftime interview. I see what's happening. And now, Jeff, this play has kind of gone away from you, but what'd you see from your view?
Well, as I was standing here talking to the 9th grade coach, we were saying how confident these Indianola kids are playing. But, yeah, no, that ball was definitely down. I think there was a little bit of clock mismanagement. Looking at the sidelines, I think they thought it was in the end zone. They ran a kid on the field. I think it was the snapper. It just unfortunate situation, but for Indianola, but a break for Centennial. They should still have 2, maybe 3 plays, with this amount of time. So we'll see what's going on here.
All right, Jeff. He'll, at this point, barring some strange turn of events, be talking to Eric Kluver at half, going into the locker room. Indianola the ball at the 2. 9 seconds, but now out of timeouts.
Looks like you got a isolation on the outside.
Edgington and Menke. They're going to pass. They go to Kingery into the end zone. Touchdown. Touchdown, Drew Kingery on a 2-yard score. He had the ball, had possession in the end zone. Then the ball came out after he had possession. Centennial fans don't like it, but that is the call on the field. Touchdown, Indianola.
Yeah, once you secure it, your toes tap down, then once they call it, the ball can come out. Now the officials are going to talk about it. I think they're looking.
Are we going to call New York for a review? So now an advantage of the referee being Mike can explain the call. Fans don't like it any better.
Right. If you look at the replay, I think that's the correct call. That he clearly had possession. He caught it, and he caught it, then tapped his toes down. So
extra point is good. Indianola 19-7 lead here right before half. Let's watch it again. There he has it. Boy. Oh. One more time, Justin, because.
Well, there's no red flag, so you can't do that here.
Kingery ran the route, had it. All he has to do.
He didn't bobble. He caught it, tapped, and then the ball was knocked out. It's pretty quick, but he wasn't bobbling as he was catching it. So I'd have to give the officials were there, saw it, but very close.
Well, there's always a need for more officials, and there were a whole bunch more right in front of us that were willing to help. All right, 19-7 is our score, and Indianola is going to likely just kind of squib this one, not give Centennial much of a chance to return it. Don't look for much from Keller. He does get a kick taken up at the 30. And returning. Hang on to that ball, Colton Kitt. And that's how the half is going to end. 19-7 Indianola with the lead. Making a statement in this game. Jeff Brooks is going to make his way to Eric Kluver as the Indians head to the north shed area. Jaguars go back to Northview to our east. We're going to have, for those in the stands, they're going to get to see Centennial marching band. Let's go down to Jeff Brooks for this halftime report. Jeff?
Hey, I'm here with Coach Kluver. Coach, first half of the first game of the season, what are your initial thoughts in general?
Well, in general, I'm proud of our guys, the way they're overcoming adversity. This game is just peaks and valleys, and we told them, we've got to be able to stay consistent, keep a level head, and I think our guys are doing that.
Defensively, your guys stepped up after that first drive. What adjustments do you think Coach Lohman made or you guys made on the sidelines to help out?
Well, this is a hard offense to get ready for, and you don't know what you're going to see. So we just had eyes in the wrong spot, in that first drive. No discipline with our eyes and then missed tackles, and that led to a drive. I think we've settled in. Coach has done a nice job calling the defensive scheme.
How do you keep the confidence up for your offense, and what are your messages for the second half for the boys?
Well, this is a Centennial team that's going to come out and fight. We know that. I went through that program. I know what it's all about. So we've got to set the tone. We're going to get the ball coming out of half, and we just got to settle in. I think we can make plays. I like the way our offense is playing. We just got to clean a few things up.
All right, Coach, thank you.
With Eric Kluver down on the sideline. Halftime, Indianola 19, Centennial 7. Nate Lindgren, the new activities director, is our halftime guest when we come back. And after that, we'll take a look at some first half statistics, get you caught up on other scores, stretch your legs. We're at the break here at Ankeny Stadium.
All love a good win, however small or ordinary. Losing track of time, finding yourself with a few extra dollars in your pocket, soaking up the perfect Iowa day. These are the everyday delights and small victories that make us smile. These are the moments that connect us all as Iowans. And these are the moments that, more often than not, start with Iowa's farm families and the corn they're growing. Because when corn grows Iowa, Iowans win.
Not all used vehicles are created equal.
DeArmond certified used vehicles have a big advantage.
What sets us apart is that all used vehicles receive a 175-point inspection.
Carfax report, 2 oil changes, collision deductible coverage, and wheel dent and windshield repair.
Also, all DeArmond certified come with 2 warranties. A 1-year 12,000-mile bumper-to-bumper and a 2-year 100,000-mile powertrain. DeArmond Ford Indianola, DeArmond Automotive Knoxville, DeArmondAuto.com.
Hi, this is Chris from Fireplace Superstore, and it's going to be an interesting patio furniture season this year. We have ordered a ton of merchandise, but due to supply chain issues, it's coming in a truckload at a time all summer long. If you want the best patio furniture, check early and check often. If you want to custom order your furniture, get in here as soon as you can to give your furniture the best chance to arrive this summer. Fireplace Superstore, Iowa's best patio furniture selection, just east of I-35 on Douglas Avenue.
For 75 years, Holt service trucks have hit the streets of central Iowa to help customers in need. It might be for plumbing, heating, cooling, a water heater, or the usual repairs and maintenance. We've done that with quality work from quality employees who bring passion and personality to the job. That's the Holt difference. It gives me great pride to see how our company has grown from the seeds of success my grandfather planted in 1947. That's why more and more central Iowans are saying, let Holt handle that.
Do you know what the best part about being a dog is? You can hear disaster before it even happens. You know what they say about disaster? Sometimes it can inspire a symphony. An honest day's work deserves an honest day's treat.
No extra charge.
And that is why we choose Honest Wrenches. No extra charge, and it's how service should be.
We are at halftime, and what a perfect way to introduce a new season is to have the new activities director of Centennial High School, Nate Lindgren. Or, I'm sorry, Nathan What happened here? Where'd that come from?
Yeah, so I've always gone by Nate. For whatever reason, when Ankeny was building my email address, they took my full name and made it that way. So I got to retrain everybody on what I go by, I guess.
Do I have to sit up straight when I say your name then?
Sure.
We got to know each other when you were at Valley. You were there for a number of years. Started when I remember this young Nate Lindgren comes in, this tall redhead kid, run Valley Stadium. You weren't a kid then. You'd already been working, but walk me through your history a little bit.
Yeah. So some people have already asked me that question, so they know, but sports management was my undergrad study. And then I worked for the Iowa Cubs and then Wells Fargo Arena. And then we had 4 convention centers. So worked with the Iowa Event Center and Wells Fargo Arena for a little over 6 years, and then joined West Des Moines Schools in 2012 and was there for 10 years. Did a couple different things, but was the assistant AD there for the last 5.5, 6 years.
And that was a position that allowed you to have a front row to a very large school district. So you make one large district to another. What's the similarities between the two that you found?
Yeah, and it's funny you bring that up because my sister lives down in Houston, Texas, and she came up a couple weekends ago, and she was kind of asking me the different dynamic. She's been out of Iowa for a number of years. I said, well, I went from the number 1 ranked for population or enrollment down to the number 7 school. And she's like, oh, okay. And I said, but really it's only, a couple hundred kids and that's it.
Yeah.
So not a huge drop off, but a little bit. The building setups are different. The way they operate, the similarities, I guess you could say, Dowling rents Valley Stadium when Valley's on the road. And we have 2 high schools here in this community. So one's always away and one's home on Friday nights. So I guess in that regard, it's similar. You have to collaborate with your peers across town and make things work and benefit the community in that regard.
So in that sense, you did have that history of, yes, West Des Moines, it's not 2 public schools, but it's 2 schools in a town. And now you're 2 high schools in a town. So there is some of that similarity too.
Correct. Where I think the West Des Moines one is more, we will let you use it according to this contract, this rental agreement. And then here is more, we're both going to share it type
You're lucky Tom
situations.
Wilson's coaching a game right now. Otherwise, he might take umbrage with what you're saying. No, I'm sorry. From Iowa originally, Nate, I forget.
Yep. From Iowa originally, Western Iowa, Denison, Schleswig area. Kind of Western Iowa, between the Carroll and Harlans and, Hawkeye 10 conference over there.
Hawkeye, but you're a Cyclone, right?
I am, very much a Cyclone. That's right.
Through and
through.
through.
Proud graduate.
There's no, yes, you can tolerate Hawkeyes. You have an alum now, Ronnie Moss, about to start his 5th season there. So you have to cheer for the kid.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. You got to, put aside all rivalries. Riley's been out here at our field all summer, kind of working out and doing some things. So it's good to see him healthy and back at it again for his senior campaign.
You have a strong knowledge base of Ankeny. You lived here for a while. How has it changed since you had moved?
Yeah. So when we got married in the mid 2000s and we built a house, kind of South Ankeny, kind of the Sawgrass area, and across Ore Labor was nothing but cornfields. So that was mid 2000s. And by the time we left, we lived there for 8 years. So when we moved in 2016, there's that new Hy-Vee, there's the True Value Ace hardware out there. It's just incredible, the growth out there. And it's going all the way out towards Saylorville and along the turn now. So the town has changed quite a bit. I think in a good way. It's more opportunities. It's a great place to raise a family. There's so much stuff to do. The entertainment and the dining and restaurant scene is second to none.
Is the Centennial fan going to notice anything different about game experiences with your game experience management background?
Eventually, yes. We got to crawl before we
need to
walk,
get the event on
run
before you can make any changes, is what you're saying?
Yeah. So it takes a while to implement all that stuff. Certain things cost money, so we got to make sure that we're fundraising and allocating funds to do those types of things. But yes, I'm a big environment person. I think that's very important. It brings the community together. It's a sense of belonging. It's a way to tie in everything. Whether that's hype videos for cheer, dance, band. We were kind of the pioneers when I was at West Des Moines. I wanted to do that. I think it's important. I think everybody should have their own little hype video before they take the field on Friday nights. And the same goes for the winter and the spring seasons. We're doing some different things with the conference, with the ADs, with the principals. I think you'll probably start seeing some videos come out. There's been some shuffling along the CIML conference and us 9 suburban schools that are still here. We're going to put out a message. A lot of it's going to be based on sportsmanship. But a lot of it's also going to be, we're the conference of champions, and that's our belief, and we're going to prove it to you day in, day out.
Always fun. It's been nonstop. You started July 1 and you took half a day off somewhere in there?
Yeah, didn't even feel like that. So accepted the job back in probably late April. Was given kind of a 10-day contract to fulfill 10 days between then and June 30th, just to be around, meet people, and ended up doing quite a bit more than that, which was part of necessity.
Welcome to the district.
Yeah. So officially started July 1st. I was able to take a couple days off during that dead week period. Like, again, when my sister was back from Houston, so it's good to catch up with them and my niece and my nephews. And we're hard at it now and excited for the fall, and great people here. I ended up hiring a fellow Wartburg grad. I know you're a big
see that. Person, I talked to Blake in his new job. Yeah. I didn't even realize you'd hired him until I found out, because I still had him as the contact at Southeast Warren. So I love it.
Yep. So he was a no-brainer for us. Okay, we had a home run getting Blake on board here. He, like you said, he was at Southeast Warren for 9 years. He was a teacher, coach, and AD. So he was doing the small school 3-role thing there. So I think he's really excited to kind of just allocate his time and energy in one spot. So we're lucky to have him. And of course, Marge in the front office here is, she's just great. She's a great person. She's a great asset to this conference. She knows everything. She's able to answer every question. So she kind of holds us all together.
All right. We'll give Nathan a little pause as he tries to jump into things. And if you call him Nate, he'll know you know him from before. How about that?
That's right. All right.
Thanks, Nate. I appreciate it. New activities director Nate Lindgren here. The second half coming up in a moment.
Over 1,300 vehicles on WauKeeChevy.com. Schottenkirk Chevy Waukee. If we don't have it, you can build it. Newly expanded service department means we're hiring. See the openings on WauKeeChevy.com. Schottenkirk Chevy Waukee. WauKeeChevy.com.
We are so much more
than an energy company.
We are connectors,
community protectors,
and clean energy leaders.
We are
job creators,
friends and neighbors,
stewards of your dollars and savings.
Yes, we
are so much more.
We are the energy
behind your everyday.
And we are
obsessively,
relentlessly
at your service.
I'm off to college. Oh, rats!
Hi, Joe the Car Guy with a reminder. Before you send your kids off to school, set up an appointment with Westside Auto. We check everything from tires to belts, fluids, hoses, wipers, and lights. 44 inspection points to help prevent that oh rats moment for your students. Call us today to set up your appointment. We'll have your kids off to school saying,
for the best, head west.
Westside Auto.
Why do businesses succeed? The Better Business Bureau sees the traits of successful businesses every day. It's not easy, but it is simple. The BBB fosters trust between Iowa businesses and consumers.
Visit bbb.org.
For 75 years, Holt service trucks have hit the streets of central Iowa to help customers in need. It might be for plumbing, heating, cooling, a water heater, or the usual repairs and maintenance. We've done that with quality work from quality employees who bring passion and personality to the job. That's the Holt difference. It gives me great pride to see how our company has grown from the seeds of success my grandfather planted in 1947. That's why more and more central Iowans are saying, let Holt handle that.
We all love a good win, however small or ordinary. Losing track of time, finding yourself with a few extra dollars in your pocket, soaking up the perfect Iowa day. These are the everyday delights and small victories that make us smile. These are the moments that connect us all as Iowans. And these are the moments that, more often than not, start with Iowa's farm families and the corn they're growing. Because when corn grows Iowa, Iowans win.
Indianola with a 19-7 lead here at halftime at Ankeny Stadium, and it has been an interesting first half to say the least. In fact, it's been so fun, we want to show it to you again in some of the first half highlights. It started out early. Centennial had a nice 5-play drive that went 80 yards, and it all was first downs. There wasn't really anything that you had to worry about if you were a Centennial fan because you just kept running the football or throwing the football. It was that misdirection is how this all started early on. The opportunity to be the quarterback full-time this year, and again, misdirection right out of the gate, and it's Eli Porter with a great run of almost 25 yards on that, and that's as good as he had. And then later on in the drive, Easton Miller is going to cap off the left side and get into the end zone. 7-0 Centennial at that point after one possession. Indianola came right back, and it was big plays like this one. Bennett, Brick, has been great. He finds Shivers on the big pass play down to the 23-yard line. This is only the second drive of the game, but then that drive would end up in a field goal. Then the defense goes to work for Indianola, making the safety right there as Wyatt DeWitt. DeWitt had a huge first half. And that made it 7-5. And then Brick throws, and a huge hit by Joe Talmadge on Kingery. Kingery would come back. You'll see where in a moment. Why wait any longer? Kingery in the side corner pocket. Touchdown right there. That was a 27-yard pass there to Kingery. And then Kingery right here before half. Got a little darker here at before break. As we are into the night side. And Kingery, all he had to do was just touch the inside. He had possession long enough, and that's how we've ended up 19-7. Tim Halber has a look at some of the stats, and there's one that's going to jump out right off the page to you.
Yeah, starting off Centennial, they have 15 rushes for 60 yards, 5 of 9 passing for 24. In comparison, Indianola has 12 out of 22 for 140 yards passing, 12 rushes for 63 yards. Looking at offensive plays, 24 offensive plays for Centennial, 34 offensive plays for Indianola. Leading rushers, for Centennial is Porter, 5 carries for 55 yards. But over for Edgerton for Indianola, 10 carries, 46 yards. A big play. Kingery, 5 receptions for 62 yards and 2 TDs. That's makes the difference in the offensive plays there. So, but at the very beginning, Centennial started off with an 80-play-yard drive, and for the half, they only have 84 total offensive yards. So they've been shut down. Indianola stepped up defensively, picked up their keys, and have kept them under control.
I think Jeff had mentioned about the game plan there of Josh Lohman. You also heard it from Coach Kluver before half talking about his defensive adjustments. Offensively, if you are Centennial, where did you have success to build upon in the first half that you can try to do here in the second?
I like the way they're running the ball at the beginning. I think they're using some of the misdirection, getting to the outside. The tackles get out there and create that. So I think they need to use the run to set up the pass because they aren't doing anything deep passing-wise. I think you get back to the run, establish that line of scrimmage. They need longer sustained drives. They're kind of having too many 3s and outs.
A lot of possessions in that first half as we look at 3 and outs. Is that more on the Indianola defense or the Centennial offense?
I think this time of the season, I think the defense always has the advantage. I think they're scraping. They're doing their reads. I think they weren't reading and reacting the first drive. Once they got them down, they've got them kind of figured out. So Centennial now has to counterpunch and find a way to do something with their speed and maybe use their size inside a little bit more.
We're awaiting Centennial back onto the field. Their specials are out, and the team is making their way here right now. Jeff Brooks is going to chase down for the interview as we Not sure which Pizzetti we're going to get, if it's Ryan or Jerry. He'll have them both. But what is interesting to see is this score, 19-7. Other scores, Valley 14, Northwest 7. Southeast Polk leads Dowling 21-17. At last check, Waukee was leading Ankeny, but now the Hawks have tied that game back up at 7. As last check, we're in the first half for that. Thank you, Jeff Martens. He's been busy there, keeping us up on all the stats and all the scores around the area. Centennial back out onto the field right now, making that long walk back. 19-7 is our halftime score. Let's see, Indianola does get the ball to start the second half as Centennial, Indianola won the kick, and then they'll get that opportunity. So Jeff Brooks is busy. He's making a conversation as the coaches come back on, and hopefully not a lot of injuries for either of these teams. We've had some big hits and some good ones so far. As this contest has been a good first half battle between these two teams. It was all Indianola in the game last year, and that kind of turned the season for Indianola, kind of set the pace for that contest. So the Jaguars make it back out onto the field before the 3-minute clock, or now they have 3 minutes to warm up. And now we have Jeff Brooks, who's down here on the sideline with co-head coach Ryan Pizzetti.
Coach, hey, probably not the start you wanted. First half, though, plenty of time. What was the message to the boys here at half?
You know what? We just got to get better. Our first drive was outstanding. That's the drive you want to come out and play with. Since there, we have not played well. Offensively, defensively, we just haven't. Credit to them. They have played well, and that put us in some positions, but we got to do better this half.
All right, Coach, hey, I'll let you go. Thank you.
Coach Ryan Pizzetti and Jeff Brooks, thank you so very much for that. All right, we're going to take a quick timeout. We'll get you ready for the second half between Indianola and Centennial. This is CISN.TV.
All love a good win, however small or ordinary. Losing track of time, finding yourself with a few extra dollars in your pocket, soaking up the perfect Iowa day. These are the everyday delights and small victories that make us smile. These are the moments that connect us all as Iowans. And these are the moments that, more often than not, start with Iowa's farm families and the corn they're growing. Because when corn grows Iowa, Iowans win.
Hi, this is Chris from Fireplace Superstore, and it's going to be an interesting patio furniture season this year. We have ordered a ton of merchandise, but due to supply chain issues, it's coming in a truckload at a time all summer long. If you want the best patio furniture, check early and check often. If you want to custom order your furniture, get in here as soon as you can to give your furniture the best chance to arrive this summer. Fireplace Superstore, Iowa's best patio furniture selection, just east of I-35 on Douglas Avenue.
Centennial student body making some noise. They're trying to get their football team back into this ballgame. Tim Halber, Paul Yeager, Jeff Brooks, Jeff Martins, Justin Wolber, Peter Tarpey. We're all here. We're ready to go. Half number 2. Quick thing before we go, little housekeeping. If you're a Centennial parent, you've received an email from your parent coordinator and your players on the team. Fill out that little document that has something about your player. We want to know. We get other sports. We have other activities. If there's something fun we should know about. If you want to embarrass your player a little bit with some fun note, I'm not above that at all. I'm not afraid to mention somebody in show choir or a dance band, or we have some hunters and fishers here. So fill that out, especially if you are a starter. And even if you're not, we want to have that updated, and that's how we have a little more personalized aspect of these broadcasts. Centennial will kick it off. Teeing it up is Severson. Line drive kick taken on the run by Indianola just before the 20. Here comes Hale, still on his feet, up towards the 40-yard line. Great return. Tackle Cole Greider.
Got it out to the 41, so Stewart, great return.
First and 10 for Indianola from the 41-yard line. They lead by 12. Bennett Brick hands it off to Edgington. He goes right, then left, Binstock, and then Kitt. Colton Kitt, undecided where he wants to go in the next year, but he says, hey, the trades and electrical. We have a penalty flag here on that first play.
Do you know if someone hooked or got a hold in there? Usually when it's down there in the center. Or face mask, possibly.
Josh Binstock called on that one.
Looks like an incidental face mask. It was the short variety there.
6'4"
Happens when you reach in there and just catch a little corner of the face mask. That's easily done.
Josh, 6'4", 235 senior, right there on that interior line position. Wind it up. It'll be first and short. 2 to go. Edgington has the first down, and he's into the linebacking area. Let's see, that's Hudson Simon, also Zach English. Stop.
That's usually when your forward progress stops quickly, when you run into that linebacking crew of Centennial.
Zach English, 21 tackles, in 21, he had 74 tackles. I mean, we said his name a lot last year.
We did.
Going to need some English and Miller here soon. Going to have a big play here as Indianola opens up their first possession of the third quarter. Shivers in motion. Edgington stopped right there. Colton Kitt and Simon. Flag comes in on the far side.
Flags from both sides. Not sure if they saw the same play.
I had my binoculars on the far side. You said there was a flag on the near
side? Yeah, both line judges threw flags. Usually somebody is lined up offside. They see it right away. They both saw someone maybe lined up across the line or moved. Yep.
Illegal shift is the call, and there's... Okay. I must have missed something there. I didn't see the second person. Well, what was 1st and 2 is now 1st and 7. Now behind Brick is Eilers. Trips to the right. Eilers out of the backfield. They swing it to him. Catch made. He's approaching midfield. Good open field tack on Joe Talmadge. Also Easton Miller, the senior.
Good defense out there on the outside. Easton Miller, Welsh getting out there, really doing a good job. Even Brady Taggart getting out there. It's an end position, getting into the outside, keeping them from making a big gain. They only gained about a yard in the play, so bringing up 2nd and 14.
That's not the first time Indianola has run that play. Kind of a swing. Now they're all kind of bunched up to this near side. Edgington has it pulled from him. Brick's going to keep it and slide. Talmadge comes up. And Brick picks up about 6, maybe 7 to the 43-yard line. Indianola fans making a little noise on that far side.
Yeah, I thought the quarterback gave himself up there, but it was a bang-bang play. But makes it now 3rd and 8, more manageable down, so the defense has to be aware of something short. They have gone deep.
Indians need to get to the 36. Brick throws off. His back foot goes towards the end zone. Great defensive downfield. Knocked away, incomplete. Shivers the intended receiver. The coverage is Welch. It'll be 4th down.
A lot of jockeying back there. Both are kind of hit for position. Nobody was getting the advantage there, but they drew the defense here on the left or on our right side here, so creating a one-on-one situation and throwing something deep. They're not afraid to go downfield to get another score.
Hale into punt. Let's see, that's Severson and Lucas Brule to receive. Goes towards Severson, calls for the fair catch at the 15, goes down to 2 knees and takes it right there at the 16. It'll now be Centennial's first offensive possession of the third quarter, and our first second half report is Jeff Brooks, as we have an injury on the field for just a moment. But we bring in Jeff here as John C. Hale gets attention.
Yeah, Hale looks like he is. Whew, I don't know what happened to him, but he is limping off. Yeah, that was an interesting play series there. That quarterback slide, man. That I don't know. It could have been a late hit, couldn't have. But Centennial needs to, like Coach Pizzetti said, we just need to figure it out. We need to establish ourselves and look for them to get back to their basics. Get their offense rolling.
All right. Thank you, Jeff. Talks about getting back to the basics. Let's see if what Tim said about running the football. First play is a run. And they go Morgan. Or is it Porter? It's Morgan. No, it is Porter, but Morgan is hobbled. Morgan was hurt last year early in the season, and now he's holding his right leg. And now he has his hands on his helmet. Ty Morgan, injured much of last season, got hurt in that Cedar Falls game. It's just a different style of runner than Porter.
Yeah, he's a little bit over the long strider. He doesn't have the cutting ability where Porter kind of a dash and dart. You know, he can run upfield, stop and start much easier. Sometimes you get that long strider, you get your leg stretched out, then someone rolls up or someone pulls on a leg. So hopefully he's all right.
Morgan makes his way kind of on his own power, hobbling just a little bit as he comes to the near sideline. So there's one more option out. And we see Nick Severson come in, as is Snyder. Shuddy's out there. Lawson Langford will likely fill in that spot as Trenton Smith comes back out. Langford, as we haven't seen as much of Porter as of late. Porter's lined up to receive. They're going to throw out and up. They have run line for line. They had Max Snyder on that far sideline. No call as Josh Eilers was kind of step for step there with Snyder.
Snyder had a beat. Crowd did not like the no call.
We'll see here on the
he had a beat a little bit, but stripe for stripe. But it looks like they just got their feet tangled up as he went down.
Yeah, it's Snyder. I think he tripped himself. I think he just was kind of changing his stride. 3rd and 8. Langford next to Smith. Porter in the backfield. Throw to the far sideline, and it's incomplete, intended for Nick Severson.
Eaton Miller back there to punt. Was he the left-footed punter, Eaton?
Yeah. Easton was the one that I think had the special teams play.
He had the big 48-yarder here.
Yep, right down to
late
here.
In the second half.
Miller to kick from inside his own 5. Shivers calls for fair catch and takes it. Actually, that's Micah Dewey right at midfield.
Good defensive battle, just what we expected. You know, both sides have really good defense. They know their keys. They're reading. They're staying at home, which is doing a good job. So now it's back up to the Centennial defense. They had a good stand last time. Can they do it again? But now they got a short field with the ball at midfield.
Did Centennial, was that 4th and 8? 4th and 7? 4th and 8. So
yeah,
now 86 yards of offense for the game. 1st and 10 from midfield. 8:37 to go here, third quarter. Brick hands off Edgington. gets his way about 5 yards forward. Waukee now leads 17-7 on Ankeny. Hearing the other way. Ankeny leads 17-7. I'm getting conflicting reports from the Jeffs. Uh-oh.
Golden Kid on the tackle there. And Edgington.
Centennial was they were bringing the heat, and then they all jumped, and they might have forced Indianola into a penalty.
Did they draw them, or did they move? Fingers pointing both directions.
Is that a calisthenic? Kind of a stretch? Third quarter stretch? It's going to be on Centennial.
Yeah, they're pointing on Centennial. If you go across the line, make any kind of contact, even if it's... Now, do they have the first down, or are they just an inch shy? Gives the first down.
Great crowd on hand tonight. Working on their vowels with that statement. Standing along the sidelines and the concession area here on the west side of the stands. Indianola, good crowd. It's just a very big bleachers over there. Edgington comes off the left side. He is not going to escape. Wow, what a hit! Zach English stood him up, and I think that was Cole Greider finished him off. Joe Talmadge also in there. And Taggart's like, hey, come on, I'm ready.
If you start every play with Zach English in the play, you'd be usually 90% correct.
Yeah, English stood him up. Talmadge finished him off. It was Easton Miller who was in there second. Clock moving, 7:20 here in the third. Beautiful night for football. Loose snap, Brick recovers. Timing's kind of thrown off. Here comes some heat. Screen's been blown up. They throw it out of bounds over the head of Will Shivers. That was a timing play that was disrupted from the very beginning.
Yep, Brady Taggart was in there.
Southeast Polk has scored again. It's now 28-17. Southeast Polk 5:20 to go in the third quarter.
Now, one thing, all these offensive plays is that the Centennial defense is out there for quite a while for the first game. So after a while, it starts to take its toll because the defense is constantly having to play. So will this have an effect late in the fourth quarter? They get a little wore down, spending so much time on the field.
Brick with time. Points. Throws as he's hit. He has a man. It's caught at the 10. Hydroplaning down.
John Hale. Watching his quarterback. Breck says, go deep, go deep. He released. Corner couldn't follow him. Those are hard ones, and a broken play there when the receiver knows what to do. Fouled, he looked at his quarterback, said, okay, I'll go downfield wide open. Barely caught it. He almost underthrew him there.
Down on the field for Centennial is Cole Greider. Great look at that replay there. Now, first night, when it's in August, you expect maybe some cramping, but these just they don't look like cramps tonight.
No, I think they're just kind of, they're getting the wind knocked out of them. They're playing hard. I think it's just kind of, I don't know. It's not that cramp where they're back there. They're stretching their legs out and they're over the field. I think they're just getting dinged up a little bit. They haven't, hitting is lightened up a lot more in practice with, with the rules and stuff. So when you get out here and it's live and it's full speed, I think it starts taking a toll a little bit.
Boy, but the kids, they certainly want to hit. They all talk about it, but it's all about preservation. We need you in November, late October. First and goal from the 7. Edgington's next to Brick. Hale in motion. They go Edgington counter to the right side. He'll get off tackle. Taggart makes the stop. Finishing him off is Bo Gerke. Still a gain all the way to the 1, so a play of 6 positive for Edgington. Tim, that's a great point about the amount of defensive plays Centennial has been on, and I'm watching that play with what you said in mind. Centennial is slower and slower to get up each and every play.
Yep, and it's a little warm out still. It's still in the 70 degrees, so I mean they haven't practiced this long, and then Indianola is bringing it. So I think after a while it takes this toll that you're getting hit, you're on your toes. Your reaction gets a little bit slower.
Powerhouse backfield, Edgington up the gut towards the end zone, short.
At the 1 yard line. Taggart in there.
Yeah, Drake Dittmer. I was looking up. I'm like, 33. We haven't had 33 all game.
Yeah. Sam Dietz as well. They're playing downhill. I think they want to put the punch in. The score here would really put Centennial on its heels.
Brick under center, pushes forward. He's going to be into the end zone. Touchdown. Bennett Brick, Indianola. And another 6 points.
The flag comes out. After the play was whistled a touchdown. We see that a lot. Quarterback goes in, fullback. Edgington comes in there just to kind of give a little bit of the shove, which is legal now. So great, a little more momentum for the backside to get him in the end zone. I think he was stopped at first, but
yeah, he was. He was clearly stopped.
Yeah.
Did a spin. I was watching that one with the glasses.
So saw a flag come out. I'm not sure if there is a.
After the play, personal foul, late hit, number 3 on the defense. A 15-yard penalty being forced on the kickoff.
On to attempt the extra point is Aiden Keller. Boy, a lot of traffic in there. Now we have a penalty flag after the kick.
I think they're going for the block. I don't know if they came across early.
Teams are clearing the field. We'll sort it out. Tell you what happens on the other side. Indianola 25, Centennial 7. This is high school football on CISN.
75 years, Holt service trucks have hit the streets of central Iowa to help customers in need. It might be for plumbing, heating, cooling, a water heater, or the usual repairs and maintenance. We've done that with quality work from quality employees who bring passion and personality to the job. That's the Holt difference. It gives me great pride to see how our company has grown from the seeds of success my grandfather planted in 1947. That's why more and more central Iowans are saying, let Holt handle that.
Not all used vehicles are created equal.
DeArmond certified used vehicles have a big advantage.
What sets us apart is that all used vehicles receive a 175-point inspection.
Carfax report, 2 oil changes, collision deductible coverage, and wheel dent and windshield repair.
Also, all DeArmond certified come with 2 warranties. A 1-year 12,000-mile bumper-to-bumper and a 2-year 100,000-mile powertrain. DeArmond Ford Indianola, DeArmond Automotive Knoxville, DeArmondAuto.com.
Another touchdown for Indianola, 26-7 here at Ankeny Stadium, and this one is quickly becoming reminiscent of last year, where Indianola rolled in that opener. Centennial struck first, 5 plays, 80 yards. Since then, it's really only about 6 yards of total offense. Got to see something from Centennial on this possession, Tim. I'm not sure if that's a run, if that's a pass, but you just need to get at least a couple of plays, give your defense a little bit of time to recover. And it looks like Ty Morgan is on the side now with ice on his right ankle as that touchback goes. And we are going to go down to the sidelines. His name is Jeff Brooks. He's standing at the 20. Wave at Jeff, everybody, but now Jeff's going to talk to us.
Hey, guys. So another impressive drive by Indianola. On down here. Looking forward to seeing what happens here. There's still a lot of time in this game, so Centennial needs to get going, and or Indianola, are they going to keep up the same pressure on defense that they have all game?
You might have to repeat that a little bit, Jeff. I've got to get your answer. My bad. I got you. I'm stepping all over cords. Can't see things. underneath Severson on the jet sweep, and he stopped behind the line of scrimmage. And that was Charlie Wilmont for Indianola.
Reed in there, so he followed him across the formation, and that's his assigned running back there. So by doing that, it created a 1-yard loss. So Centennial has to get out of their own shadow. They got to find something to do. They're trying to go outside, so we'll see if they want to try some kind of rollout, some kind of option play to attack this defense.
Buell is behind. He'll lead block for Smith, who pops out of one, churns his feet, gets positive yards up to the 25-yard line. Nice run there. Josh Eilers, third and manageable, and Smith is a little slow to get up.
They've kind of spun down there awkwardly. Don't know if that's maybe a slight turn of the ankle there, but sometimes better to be safe, or maybe he's cramping up. But there we see one of those first runs. I think he was a good athlete. We talked about it earlier that possibly could he use a running play there. He got some positive yards, picked up 6 yards there. So now he has to come out for a series.
And that'll be the answer is Chase Kluver, his second play of tonight. Yeah, Morgan is done for the night. He has ice on that right ankle. He is sitting on the head on towel under a head on the sideline. Kluver to throw. And it's in and out of the hands of his receiver, which would have been a first down, Max Snyder. No flags.
It's a bang play there that usually if it doesn't impede the receiver's ability to go for the ball, we'll kind of let that go. It seems like. So I think even though there's incidental contact there, it didn't slow the receiver down or knock him off their pattern. So usually that tends to be the official's call.
Fourth down again. Easton Miller to punt. Stands at his 10. Micah Dewey to receive for Indianola back at his own 40. Kick is away. Good one. Going to bounce right at the out-of-bounds line at the 41. And another 3 and out. Next week, Crosstown. Centennial will be the road team. Ankeny will be the home team. We'll have that here. Pre-game around 6:25. And then we'll have call of the game, 7 o'clock. Should expect a big house.
Yes, we will see it on both sides.
Ankeny at last check was up 19-7 at Waukee.
After being down 7-0.
Waukee, Coach Baker, tell you what, I think that's good things ahead for that Waukee's year 2 after their split. Edgington, nice dip and dash. He gets up towards the 45. English, Taggart.
Easton Miller nearly had him in the backfield. Dove just couldn't quite bring him down. The defense is getting a little tired. This is a big series for the defense. They got to get a stop there, not let them get another score. Because you're already down by 19, which is really a 3-touchdown lead.
Yeah, that would be huge. 2nd and 5. 3 minutes to go, third quarter. High snap, Edgington. Good hit by Taggart, and then finish off by Colton Kitt. We haven't probably talked much about Colton Kitt. He's kind of been behind everywhere Taggart's been. That's kind of they've had a lot of action tonight.
Yeah. Well, Taggart doesn't miss many tackles, so there's not much to clean up, but he gets in there, making good plays. Generally, that interior line linebackers have played a good game. They really haven't given up many big plays, getting a rush on there, but they've been on the field for a long time, trying to deal with the quickness of the Indianola offense.
3rd and short. 5 on the play clock for Indianola. Brick before the snap. Timeout, Indianola. 2:22 to play here in the third quarter. Back in a moment.
75 years, Holt Service Trucks have hit the streets of central Iowa to help customers in need. It might be for plumbing, heating, cooling, a water heater, or the usual repairs and maintenance. We've done that with quality work from quality employees who bring passion and personality to the job. That's the whole difference. It gives me great pride to see how our company has grown from the seeds of success my grandfather planted in 1947. That's why more and more Central Iowans are saying, let Holt handle that.
Not all used vehicles are created equal.
DeArmond certified used vehicles have a big advantage.
What sets us apart is that all used vehicles receive a 175-point inspection.
Carfax report, 2 oil changes, collision deductible coverage, and wheel dent and windshield repair.
Also, all DeArmond certified come with 2 warranties. A 1-year 12,000-mile bumper-to-bumper and a 2-year 100,000-mile powertrain. DeArmond Ford Indianola, DeArmond Automotive Knoxville, DeArmondAuto.com.
Just walks it down. 26-7, our score here at Ankeny Stadium. That's Indianola breaking the huddle. They lead 26. 26 points here. It's been through the air. It's been a safety, field goal, a running touchdown, a passing touchdown. 3rd and short. Edgington puts his head down. He's going to be short. Second effort gets him close, but even if he would have gotten to midfield, he would have been a yard short. Well, the other guy in there is Mitch Greider, the sophomore. He wasn't even on the roster as the season started, but has had a good camp. Like the way he's playing.
220-pound sophomore in there. Eats up a lot of blocks.
Indians punt it away. Nobody back for Centennial to receive, and the ball's going to stay at about the 10. Maybe the 12-yard line.
About the 8-yard, or yeah, about the 12 or 13-yard line. So, yeah, going for the rush. A quick kick there. Great field. This whole half has been played from about the 40-yard line on in. So now it's up to that Centennial offense. Can they get and establish a series there, get a couple first downs, get the running in there, kind of get a little – they need to find some tempo in there so they can move the ball.
Tempo. Gosh.
Trenton Smith is back in at quarterback, so see what they can do.
$1:42 to go, 3rd quarter. All the way back at their own 13. In motion, Miller. Before the snap, penalty.
I think the defense is offsides. Possibly.
Red ball, encroachment on the defense, number 9. Might get a penalty, remains first down.
Dewey came across a little quick, but brings up a 1st and 5.
Is that a special section in the playbook? 1st and 5?
1st and 5, yep. Better than 1st and 15.
Yeah. Or 1st and 30. Not sure what you do to get 20-yard penalty, but, anything's possible. Looks like same play. Miller in motion. They go second guy through, and that's Lucas Brule. Brule gets up towards the 20. Good positive yards there.
First time we've seen Brule tonight, close to a first down. We played Upper Iowa once. Yeah, it can happen. It can happen.
We played Upper Iowa once. Yeah, that's you can't really say that as an Iowa school anymore.
No.
Because they play mostly out-of-state schools.
Yep, they've gone to Division II, so they played in that. I think it's the Northern Sun Conference now.
I think
so
that's right.
Moved up, so. Big play, 3rd and 2 for the offense.
1 minute to go, 3rd quarter. Smith rolls out to the far sideline, getting chased. Throws it out of bounds. Incomplete. I'm not.
Once again, DeWitt out there causing chase for Trenton Smith to roll out on a 2nd and 2.
So what started as 1st and 5 is now 3rd and 2. I think Smith just kind of ran out of real estate there.
I think he was looking for something, and then the receiver wasn't open, so I think he just, threw it away to live another down.
Big play for the Jags. In motion is Gossett. They go second man through. Porter.
It looks like he might be about a half a yard short. I'm looking at the near side official. He's a full yard short, 4th and 1.
Wow. That one,
5 yards.
that was the second man through, so Porter just not able to get positive yards there, and Centennial is going to have to punt it away again. And that is, I guess the snap did happen before the clock expired. Fair catch called for and taken by Dewey at the 42, and that is how the third quarter ends. We go to the fourth. Centennial needs a stop and some offense. They're down 26-7 here on CISN.
Used vehicles are created equal.
DeArmond certified used vehicles have a big advantage.
What sets us apart is that all used vehicles receive a 175-point inspection.
Carfax report, 2 oil changes, collision deductible coverage, and wheel dent and windshield repair.
Also, all DeArmond certified come with 2 warranties. A 1-year 12,000-mile bumper-to-bumper and a 2-year 100,000-mile powertrain. DeArmond Ford Indianola, DeArmond Automotive Knoxville, DeArmondAuto.com.
Mornings. They can be hectic.
Let's go!
So can your car. So to get a free pickup, drop-off, or delivery, head over to Honest Wrenches. And their loaner vehicles?
No extra charge.
Find your peace of mind with even more wonderful services.
Every vehicle that comes in gets a full visual inspection and a 5-year, 50,000-mile warranty. No extra charge.
Head on over to Honest Wrenches. No extra charge, and it's how service should be.
Fourth quarter to get underway here. Indianola 26, Centennial 7. It's been a tough night offensively for the Jaguars. They have just been struggling to find any consistent offense. It's been hard sledding. Indianola making some right keys here, and now if Indianola could somehow punch it in here in a couple of plays, it just might be the knockout blow of this game. Brick on first down. Hand off Edgington. He got a lot of the work in that third quarter. He gets the first carry of the fourth quarter as Edgington carries it almost 9 yards on that first play. How many carries is that for Edgington now? That has to be over 20. Right at 20. Okay. For how many? 20 for 82, but they've been tough 82 yards.
A good job by Jack Moore up there, Jason Boyd, and Britton. Those guys are moving. They're getting their blocks. They're getting into the linebackers on their blocking.
Snap the ball loose. Brick has it, and he's going to just cover it up. As Colton Kitt will get credit for that tackle. And so now what looked to be a promising third and very short becomes a third and moderate long.
The key is, will they want to pass the ball for the first down? Will they try to roll out and maybe do a run? Keep that clock moving. Playing the field position game, giving the long field to Centennial. So see how aggressive they want to be here on a 3rd and 7.
And let's face it, Indianola's running the football too to run some clock. Right, just flat out, that's part of the game plan too. That's why you've seen Edgington a lot. Even though the passing game has been very effective. Throw down the middle. Going for a sprinting Max Flaherty. He was there on that seam route. That was just too tall of a pass. It'll be incomplete, and now Indianola 3 and out. So Centennial defense comes up big on that stand.
A nice job there getting 3 and out. So now that, plus to stop the clock. We'll see if they want to put a rush on. Last time they do have a returner. They didn't have a returner last time putting a rush on. See if they want to go for a block or try to get the return to get that field position up here closer to the 30 or 40-yard line.
Brule back deep for the Jaguars. That Kick is going to go right to him, take it in stride at the 20. And then Flaherty with an incredible stop. But guess who was standing right next to Flaherty? Did you see who it was?
No.
It was Wyatt DeWitt, number 52.
The
That
guy
dude's
can
been
cover
everywhere.
the field. I mean, from a line position, he's the second guy down there.
And look at this coverage here on Brule. Just a shoulder. That was an up shoulder rip down, takedown. All right, Jaguar offense back onto the field here, down 26-7. 10 minutes, 20 seconds to play here in this contest. Trenton Smith at quarterback. They go up the middle on a run. The ball comes loose. It is there for the taking, and I think Indianola has it. And they do. Fumble recovery. Are you kidding me?
Ball came popping straight
Wyatt
out.
DeWitt.
It lay there, yep. Came in there, he got double team in the tackle there. Ball came out. I couldn't tell if it was which defensive lineman came out there. It looked like either Ray or possibly just Chance Yates came out there.
The man who popped it out, the player who popped it out, was Conlon Liventals for Indianola on that replay, able to clear that up. So now Indianola all the way up to the 24-yard line. 1st and 10, they're in Centennial territory. Let's see if the Jaguar defense can pull another stop. New running back, not quite same result. Jake Pontier.
Easton Miller flying in there trying to stop that, got him for a 2-yard loss, so big play by the outside linebacker. Another one of those captains, Easton Miller.
Right now, Cole Greider is getting attended to on the field. They're trying to stretch his left toe, calf area. Second down. Handoff again, Pontier. One thing that Coach Kluver talked about was confidence, just how much that was last year and helped. He says, my big questions were the inexperience of the offensive line. He says, we're going to have to play some musical chairs up front. Have they found their chairs yet, Tim?
Yeah. For Indianola, I think they have. Some new defensive linemen in there.
Brick to throw, rolls out far side, throws, caught by Kingery. At the sticks, short of the first down.
And stop the clock. I didn't know if he was stopped in bounds, but that's a big play to stop the clock at this point to bring up a 4th and 10. It's a little, they are going to try the field goal. It appears a sophomore kicker, Aiden Keller.
And he's already hit a 35-yarder. Now he's going for a 40-yarder. Far hash, right to left. Good snap. Kick is blocked. And now the play goes dead. And now it'll be Centennial football. So you first get a 3 and out. Now you get a blocked field goal.
Right.
And only about a minute 40 went off the clock.
Yeah. The time management a little bit, they could have ran a lot more time off the clock, but good. Hey, the defense stepped up for as much as they played tonight. As how many plays, they've probably been out there twice as many plays as the Indianola defense, but to make a stop at this point, see if the offense can get something going. They need a quick strike.
And now let's go down to Jeff Brooks. He is on that far sideline. And Jeff, they're trying to sort out. So the ball was received at the 4-yard line. Centennial blocks the field goal, but poor position. Jeff Brooks, what's going on down there?
Well, I kept wanting to say Centennial needs to do something here. Like, they still have opportunities, and they keep shooting themselves in the foot. Unfortunately, there still is a lot of time left. I know Indianola's getting a little pumped up over here, but there is time if they can score quickly here. See how this goes, this offensive series.
Back up the middle with the run game. Good run through the hole. Eli Porter. Porter, some good positive run right there. Up across the 10 to the 11.
Ashton Grubel in there on the tackle after an 8-yard gain.
Again, Porter, first down, still running. He's across the 20. Where's this guy been? Finally, a first down for the Jaguars. A little hurry up and some urgency with this offense now.
Seeing pretty much a straight T, quarterback under center.
Tight formation. They go Porter again. So we've been seeing the pistol, the gun, whatever you want to call it, and now we're going back under center with Smith. This looks like the old Ankeny offense.
Yeah, double tight end, straight T formation. Or, well, T, I would say we call it the wing formation. Wow. Big play there, 15 yards tacked on to the end of that run. Face mask, the big variety.
Well, Jaguars get a little boost. 7:27 to go.
Back to the split receivers.
Now we go back to the pistol. Porter goes in motion. Swing it out him. They go back to the near side. Snyder caught at the 40. Stiff arms a guy and gets out of bounds at about the 45-yard line. Spencer McGraw, the tackle.
Ethan Ott had him in his grips, couldn't quite pull him down. Picked up 6 there. But important, he stopped the clock.
Let's see if they go tight formation again. They're going to go back to that modified gun. Smith near side throws, caught. That's Joe Talmadge. No, I'm sorry, that's Severson. 7, not 1. That's a first down.
Right at the sticks. They're going to find that on this defense. They're going to play a little soft. The defensive backs are playing back. They're playing trying to see they're playing a cover 2, or they're kind of playing a 3-man shell with Wilmot playing center field. So they're going to give him the outside, give him that short route. So it's there for the taking. I would take it on pass routes.
Smith looks to the left, throws it across the middle, caught by Severson. He had Shuddy there at the same time. Forward progress to the 47. Pick up of 3.
Take that back. It looks like they're playing more of a cover 2 defense there. So, but you have those 4 linebackers in the middle. They're going to go with the 3-man rush. They're not blitzing anybody, but it's going to be really crowded in the middle. They're going to give you those, but the clock continues to run as they move down the field.
6:30 and counting. Smith to pass. Caught by Porter. Going to be short, so that clock's going to keep rolling on a gain of 3. Centennial still with 3 timeouts. Can't use them yet.
Dykey on the tackle there. So big 3. They're really in 4-down territory at this point in the game. So they're looking at, getting a first down, stopping the clock, move the chain. So 3rd and 3.
Earlier in the game, one of the big offensive linemen, Cabin Jones, went out. He is still on the sideline, no helmet, and his knee wrapped in a clear plastic, looks like a wrap of some kind. Smith to throw, caught far sideline, very close to the first down. Porter, and he has it.
And stop the clock, so smart throw, taking that underneath route. Quick out there on the sideline.
Will Adams is in that spot there on the offensive line. Porter comes out. Porter's kind of been the start of this series. Clock stop, 5:39, first down.
Gossett coming in, playing a wing position, slot receiver.
Jaguars need 3 scores. They go far sideline, fingertip catch. Severson has it right in front of the Indianola bench.
Severson's been the go-to guy here. Catching everything in his radius.
There's a saying about do enough to not make the decision hard. Make the decision hard if you're not going to go in that direction. Severson's doing everything he can to prove that he belongs on the field.
Yes. He's played a nice game. Sharp routes.
Second and 4. Smith looks left, throws there. Caught and not getting out of bounds is Jake Gossett, but I think he's close to the sticks.
He looks like he could.
First down, they'll move
right
the
foot's
chains.
Down, so, yep, first down. Clock is moving.
Smith, lots of time. Now it runs out, goes to his legs. Going to get out of bounds after a good gain. 5, if not 7 yards. So we haven't seen really Smith do much of a straight run. You know, Peyton Good last year would run that ball a little bit more, give him that option.
He's a good athlete. I think he could run. It brings the defense back in. They can't sit back there and wait in coverage and think he's not going to throw. So he's got some ability, but what that does is opens up. Now he's got a second and 3, and he got out of bounds.
Tell you what, Charlie Wilmot's probably lucky he didn't get called for a late hit there, as that ball was out of bounds, or that play was out of bounds. Second and 4. Smith to throw. Here comes some heat. Ball's loose. Picked up by Langford on the busted play. He gets inside the 25. Smith was popped.
And some DeWitt guy was in the backfield and just helped the quarterback up. Good sportsmanship, but he got in there. I think Trent's going to see him in his dreams all night.
3rd and 5. Before the snap, a whistle.
Timeout. I see no flag.
Timeout.
Yep.
Timeout, Centennial. Timeout for us as well. Centennial driving, but the clock is ticking.
People love a good win, however small or ordinary. Losing track of time, finding yourself with a few extra dollars in your pocket, soaking up the perfect Iowa day. These are the everyday delights and small victories that make us smile. These are the moments that connect us all as Iowans. And these are the moments that, more often than not, start with Iowa's farm families and the corn they're growing. Because when corn grows Iowa, Iowans win.
Hi, this is Chris from Fireplace Superstore, and it's going to be an interesting patio furniture season this year. We have ordered a ton of merchandise, but due to supply chain issues, it's coming in a truckload at a time all summer long. If you want the best patio furniture, check early and check often. If you want to custom order your furniture, get in here as soon as you can to give your furniture the best chance to arrive this summer. Fireplace Superstore, Iowa's best patio furniture selection, just east of I-35 on Douglas Avenue.
Jaguars had 7 straight pass completions on this drive. They've run out of the wishbone, or what looked like the old wishbone almost. They're facing a 3rd and 5 right here. As Tim would say, 4-down territory. High snap for Smith. Looks towards the end zone, throws it downfield. Jump ball caught and into the end zone. Chase Shuddy scores!
Shuddy using all that 6'4" frame to go up there and get the ball, pick it out of the air. Looked like a basketball rebound, but that's to use that height to your advantage. It's a good pass there by Trenton Smith. Something to build on. That's something they're going to have to use more and more this season.
Saw Shuddy a lot in basketball. They've thrown at him a couple of times tonight, but they just kind of waited, and there he was. Always the tight end, the surprise. Isn't that like written on your play sheet?
Yeah.
Just automatically comes up, you haven't run to the tight end lately.
It's only his second catch of the night, I believe.
Yeah. They threw him at one other time on 4th down on one of the plays Kluver was in on. They're going for 2. Langford stopped initially and then can't quite make his way into the end zone. So the attempt fails. 26-13, 4:25 to go. Back in a moment.
75 years, Holt service trucks have hit the streets of central Iowa to help customers in need. It might be for plumbing, heating, cooling, a water heater, or the usual repairs and maintenance. We've done that with quality work from quality employees who bring passion and personality to the job. That's the Holt difference. It gives me great pride to see how our company has grown from the seeds of success my grandfather planted in 1947. That's why more and more central Iowans are saying, let Holt handle that.
Not all used vehicles are created equal.
DeArmond certified used vehicles have a big advantage.
What sets us apart is that all used vehicles receive a 175-point inspection.
Carfax report, 2 oil changes, collision deductible coverage, and wheel, dent, and windshield repair.
Also, all DeArmond certified come with 2 warranties. A 1-year 12,000-mile bumper-to-bumper and a 2-year 100,000-mile powertrain. DeArmond Ford Indianola, DeArmond Automotive Knoxville, DeArmondAuto.com.
Likely an onside kick coming from Centennial. They got the hands unit up.
In high school, you can have 6 guys to the line. So you have 10 within the first 10 yards.
Okay, so now kicking is a guy not even on the roster, number 96. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 on the line, 3 behind, 4 behind. Bounce in the air taken by Drew Kingery. He fields it cleanly, and it'll be good starting position. So look for Indianola to run the ball more. All right, Jeff Brooks. I'm not ignoring you. What's going on, Jeff?
Well, Centennial just made it an interesting game. They can hold here and get the ball back and score quickly again. Their D needs to definitely stand up here. I imagine Indianola will be run heavy here. But, yeah, if they can do that, Indianola could also salt this game away, a couple first downs, and we're out the door.
4:24 to go, Jeff. Thank you. Brick rolling, and that's going to stop the clock.
I would not have guessed that.
Hold on, your head is that your head that I'm scratching or my own?
I don't know if there was a home run play, but that's stopped the clock. Now I imagine they'll run the ball. They've had some success with Matt Edgington so far tonight, especially the second half. Really has taken over and controlled the clock with his running plays and moving the ball. It's basically playing on this side of the field.
2nd and 10, 4:17. Clock stopped on the incomplete. Handoff Edgington. He gets his way to the 50. All right, we need to check in. Jeff Brooks is going to get some post-game interviews for us. And I know who I want. You want DeWitt? We have to interview DeWitt, right?
You got to love a defensive end. I mean, this guy he brought it. He brought it tonight.
He did. You know what we need to do is bring in a break. Back in a moment.
1,300 vehicles on WaukeeChevy.com. Schottenkirk Chevy Waukee. If we don't have it, you can build it. Newly expanded service department means we're hiring. See the openings on WaukeeChevy.com. Schottenkirk Chevy Waukee. WaukeeChevy.com.
I'm off to college. Oh, rats!
Hi, Joe the Car Guy with a reminder. Before you send your kids off to school, set up an appointment with Westside Auto. We check everything from tires to belts, fluids, hoses, wipers, and lights. 44 inspection points to help prevent that oh rats moment for your students.
Call us today to set up your appointment. We'll have your kids off to school saying,
For the best, head west.
Westside Auto.
Why do businesses succeed? The Better Business Bureau sees the traits of successful businesses every day. It's not easy, but it is simple. The BBB fosters trust between Iowa businesses and consumers.
Visit bbb.org.
4:11 to play. Indianola 26, Centennial 13. 3rd and 5. Is the breeze still nice?
Flag down.
Penalty flag.
Not sure if.
Good ball. Full start. Offense. Number 11. Tiger penalty. Remains 3rd down.
All right, well, against Indianola, so what would have been 3rd and 5 now becomes 3rd and 10. Couple of new coaches for Centennial this year. Haven't had a chance to discuss many of them. Defensive coordinator now is Cody Cooper. As Coach Jones retired, Dave Jones, after years of service with the Pizzettis. Edgington, right side. Oh, he goes airborne because of Joe Talmadge.
Looks like he gained 9 of the 10 yards needed.
Taggart there as well.
We live? Hey, you wonder why
time? Go ahead. Sorry, go ahead.
You're taking a timeout there, but I think you're looking at this is how we play the game. There's going to be a tighter game later on in the season, so I'm looking at clock management, trying to get the guys to play the full 4 quarters there, but still play like you're still in the game and use situational awareness while you're out there.
As we make a little bit of preparation for post-game, we'll try to talk to a couple of Indianola players if it holds out there. So if you're watching on the Indianola side, we'll try to bring a couple of those. 4:02 left to play, as getting up now after cramping is Cole Greider. And Cole was on the sideline earlier getting stretched in front of one of those 2 maroon benches that was here. Fourth.
Possibly a block
Go ahead.
going on.
Yeah. Indianola to punt. Nice high kick by Hale. Fair catch taken. Lucas Brule. Well, Dowling and Southeast Polk have gone final, where the Rams defeat the Maroons. That's a final 38-24. Here, Valley has already won, beat Northwest. Ankeny's already won. Urbandale beat Bettendorf.
Yep, so the ranked team is outside of Southeast Polk and Dowling. That's their number 2, number 3 matchup. So Southeast Polk will remain at least number 2.
So that leaves us. So if you're watching us on the bus coming from somewhere, glad to have you here. Jaguars go to work. 3:56. Trenton Smith rolls out, throws, catch, almost a leaping catch by Porter, falls to the turf incomplete.
Carl Harting was like, oh, I almost had all that green in front of me. White in there again. Chase Yates was in hot pursuit.
2nd and 10. Smith throws. He's got Max Snyder. Max kind of thrown a little bit behind him, kind of hard to run downfield. He was kind of trying to backpedal into that one, but good deep coverage there by Indianola's Charlie Wilmot. And
Dewey
also
they kinda
Michael
had him
Dewey.
sandwiched, above and below there, so.
Third and 10.
But Trenton's had some time to pass. It isn't like he's been running for his life back there, but he's set up and had some time. So the line is getting their blocks in. Just has been great coverage by the Indianola secondary.
Here comes some heat. Smith gets rid of it. Caught by Snyder. Stays in bounds for now and then gets out. His forward progress was stopped inbound, so the clock will keep moving. Up to the 29, it'll be 4th and 3.
See if they go back under center. Nope, still do the pistol formation. Under 4th and 3.
Smith throws, incomplete, and it'll be a turnover on downs. Snyder was the intended receiver. It would have been enough for a first down. It was just a little too far for him to reach. And Indianola will take over on downs, and they'll still bring out now to be Lucas Brule. I'm sorry. That's Bennett Brick. He's been quarterback all night for Indianola.
Yeah.
You'd think I'd know that. And he's got a couple of second-string running backs. Keep the clock moving. First up is the guy who's had a couple of carries already, and that's Jake Pontier.
Pontier's first carry of the night, but sophomore running back, 5'8", 160, had a nice spurt there, picked up 6 yards. We'll have to look at the number of plays run, but it seemed like this second half, that Indianola offense has been out there the entire second half.
Yeah. Yeah. Second and 5. Brick milking. Play clock down to 4. Fumble. Ping-ponging around, and it is picked up by Centennial. That was
great
a
hit by the Centennial defense coming in there, popped Pontier. That ball come flying back.
Colton Kitt comes up with it. Just not a clean handoff.
No,
Kitt
a lot of pride there, still filling the hole. They're hitting them. So yeah, the defense gets the ball on turnovers. Giving the ball back, even though it's 2:16, they're still playing hard.
Smith on the pass, throws far sideline. Somehow coming up with it is Chase Shuddy. And I can see the Indianola coaching staff saying, seriously, full arm extension to clear. Where was that call? All the way down to the 45-yard line of Indianola.
We don't see many tight ends line up wide left.
Smith steps under, throws, caught. Chase Shuddy again.
8-yard play. Clock will keep running. They're going to give him the underneath if they want, because they can't stop the clock with a 1:45.
No timeouts left for the Jaguars. 1:40 to play. Trenton Smith throws, caught by Severson at the 40, makes a guy miss. Still on his feet, still slicing through. Gets enough for the first down. All that effort.
If they score and they get within 6, it gets interesting.
It does. But you got to score pretty quick to give yourself a chance in that scenario. Smith with time. Rolls out, tucks it, gets out of bounds. The 32, pick up a 3. 1:11 to play.
Indianola rush 3, blitz 2, trying to get some pressure on Trenton Smith there to see if he can release the ball. So 1:11. Can't take a sack.
You cannot, no.
These are Shuddy's on the right side. It's been a favorite target here.
In a stand-up position, too. They're looking to Shuddy down that near sideline. Comes back for it, catches it. Nice little contact inside the 10.
Little back shoulder pass there, bring the ball down, get the first down, and get out of bounds and stop the clock.
Josh Eilers on defense there. Not much he could do. Timeout, Indianola. 66 seconds to go. We'll take our break and be back.
All love a good win, however small or ordinary. Losing track of time, finding yourself with a few extra dollars in your pocket, soaking up the perfect Iowa day. These are the everyday delights and small victories that make us smile. These are the moments that connect us all as Iowans. And these are the moments that, more often than not, start with Iowa's farm families and the corn they're growing. Because when corn grows Iowa, Iowans win.
Hi, this is Chris from Fireplace Superstore, and it's going to be an interesting patio furniture season this year. We have ordered a ton of merchandise, but due to supply chain issues, it's coming in a truckload at a time all summer long. If you want the best patio furniture, check early and check often. If you want to custom order your furniture, get in here as soon as you can to give your furniture the best chance to arrive this summer. Fireplace Superstore, Iowa's best patio furniture selection, just east of I-35 on Douglas Avenue.
First and goal from the 9. Smith looks to the left, now throws back to the right. He's got a man in the end zone. Pass interference is going to be called. Max Snyder off his hands. That's because he was held, but it's not a holding call. It is going to be pass interference, so Jaguars will get another chance. But the problem is 9 seconds goes off the clock. Yes, you get a fresh set of downs, but you're now fighting the clock.
Ball goes in there. Defensive end Kelso there on the coverage. More of a power formation.
Handoff, Porter up the middle, touchdown! 58 seconds to go. 4-yard score. Jaguars within 7. Even if you convert it, it makes it 5. So save the 2-yard play, get the 1 point.
Yeah, take the point because you still need a touchdown, but you're still going to be within 6.
The extra point is up and good. 26-20. It's going to look closer. We'll have the onside kick in a moment. You're watching high school football on CISN.
Used vehicles are created equal.
DeArmond certified used vehicles have a big advantage.
What sets us apart is that all used vehicles receive a 175-point inspection.
Carfax report, 2 oil changes, collision deductible coverage, and wheel dent and windshield repair.
Also, all DeArmond certified come with 2 warranties. A 1-year 12,000-mile bumper-to-bumper and a 2-year 100,000-mile powertrain. DeArmond Ford Indianola, DeArmond Automotive Knoxville, DeArmondAuto.com.
Mornings, they can be hectic.
Let's go.
So can your car, so to get free pickup, drop-off, or delivery, head over to Honest Wrenches. And their loaner vehicles?
No extra charge.
Find your peace of mind with even more wonderful services.
Every vehicle that comes in gets a full visual inspection and a 5-year, 50,000-mile warranty. No extra charge.
Head on over to Honest Wrenches. No extra charge, and it's how service should be.
Centennial down 6 now, 26-20, 58 seconds. They're out of timeouts. You recover the onside kick, you're at least 50 yards from scoring.
Do you have more than one onside kick play?
Very rarely does a player get a chance to do it twice in one game.
You already seen what they do one time, so is he going to kick to someone else?
Try to get more air in it?
Do you try a little cross kick and kick it the other way?
I love that play.
Yes.
Oh, good bounce, good bounce. That was one of those worm burners. Boom!
The whole sideline held their breath because your hands, man, Drew Kingery didn't get it. But it took Cale Meacham, senior with the hands, to grab it, and haul it in.
All the way down to the 40. So now all Indianola has to do is take a couple of knees here. And Indianola is going to beat Centennial 2 years in a row.
They came to play, no fear. I'll give them credit for that. Up here.
Brick takes a knee. And the clock will roll.
There's a lot of things that Centennial can build on. One, they have the comeback ability. They proved they could pass. Just have to get more drives early on. I think that was something that they continue to work on.
One more knee for Brick, and that should do it. Indianola is going to improve to 1-0. Centennial falls to 0-1. They'll go on the road next week in this same stadium against Ankeny, number 1 in Class 5A. Keep an eye on Indianola. We'll step away. Our post-game show, a couple of interviews, and we'll wrap things up here from Ankeny Stadium. Back in a moment.
Why do businesses succeed? The Better Business Bureau sees the traits of successful businesses every day. It's not easy, but it is simple. The BBB fosters trust between Iowa businesses and consumers.
Visit bbb.org.
I'm off to college. Oh, rats!
Hi, Joe the Car Guy with a reminder. Before you send your kids off to school, set up an appointment with Westside Auto. We check everything from tires to belts, fluids, hoses, wipers, and lights. 44 inspection points to help prevent that oh rats moment for your students.
Call us today to set up your appointment. We'll have your kids off to school saying,
For the best, head west.
Westside Auto.
Over 1,300 vehicles on WaukeeChevy.com. Schottenkirk Chevy Waukee. If we don't have it, you can build it. Newly expanded service department means we're hiring. See the openings on WaukeeChevy.com. Schottenkirk Chevy Waukee. WaukeeChevy.com.
Hi, this is Chris from Fireplace Superstore, and it's going to be an interesting patio furniture season this year. We have ordered a ton of merchandise, but due to supply chain issues, it's coming in a truckload at a time all summer long. If you want the best patio furniture, check early and check often. If you want to custom order your furniture, get in here as soon as you can to give your furniture the best chance to arrive this summer. Fireplace Superstore, Iowa's best patio furniture selection, just east of I-35 on Douglas Avenue.
We all love a good win, however small or ordinary. Losing track of time, finding yourself with a few extra dollars in your pocket, soaking up the perfect Iowa day. These are the everyday delights and small victories that make us smile. These are the moments that connect us all as Iowans. And these are the moments that, more often than not, start with Iowa's farm families and the corn they're growing. Because when corn grows Iowa, Iowans win.
Indianola 26, Centennial of Ankeny 20 in this opening night. Beautiful night here at Ankeny Stadium. Tim Halber, Paul Yeager, Jeff Brooks, and the rest of us here at CISN. Jeff Martens has been compiling some stats. You take out the last two drives, this is a lopsided game.
Yeah, they made up about almost 15 to 16 plays the last two drives, but still, Indianola had a total in the game. They had 62 plays compared to 57 for Centennial. A lot of that being made up in the last two good drives. I think it's something positive to build on. They could pass, they could move the ball, they got the tempo up a little bit. They get us to do it sooner in the game. But a lot of inexperienced guys, their first taste to live bullets. I think they came back in a respectable fashion.
Well, a couple of guys hurt for Centennial. See how those all shake out. Didn't look to be very serious, but you know how ankles can be. If you hurt it early, it bothers you the rest of the season. That is one thing you'll have to see, and I'm sure that Ankeny didn't escape unharmed over at Waukee tonight, and that game will be here next week. We'll have it on CISN.TV, and part of our coverage is we're the only ones that bringing you all these crazy interviews during the game, post-game. But one player in particular really stood out for us here, Tim, and Jeff Brooks is with him right now.
Hey, I'm down here with Wyatt DeWitt. Wyatt, you know, the word that comes to mind when I am standing here looking to you guys, your defense, it looked like no fear out there. After that first drive, what are your thoughts? How'd you guys come back?
We just had intention to come back and punch them in the mouth. I mean, we've been working all year for this. I know last year we had a good game against Centennial, but we knew that was the past, and we were just focusing on the future and being better and fighting back when we get punched in the mouth.
So, would we have a safety, a fumble recovery, and every time we looked, you were in there on something? What was going on in your mind?
So, just basically, just all summer talking to Walker Whalen. He was my mentor last year, my sophomore year. Didn't get much varsity reps, but this year I was just focusing on making an impact on both sides of the ball. I mean, I'm only playing defense, but just making an impact, changing the game as much as I can, and just playing as dominant as I can, as always.
All right, man. Hey, I'll let you go enjoy it with your teammates. No letdown next week. Well, Bennett, what do you think? Here with Bennett Brick. You got a good stat line tonight. Unofficially, 15 for 29, 183, 2 touchdowns. I think you had a rushing touchdown too, right? So, offensively, kind of, how'd that play out for you throughout the game?
So early we got our run game established. That was huge. We wanted that to happen first, so then we could get into the passing game, and the passing game just happened by itself. We hooked up with Drew early, and then he's a great receiver. It's awesome having him out there. But Johns, he did his part. So did Will. I just love this team, man.
Yeah, offensive line had to do something for you too, so that's credit to them. So going forward, you guys got a lot of big games coming up. What's your message to the boys coming in the next couple of weeks here?
Look out. I mean, we're hungry. The rent is due, so.
All right, man. Hey, it's a pleasure watching you guys. Good luck the rest of the season.
Look out, the rent is due. I don't know if I've ever heard that in a post-game interview, Tim. As you listen to those interviews, Indianola's feeling pretty good. As I said, look out for them in 4A.
Yeah, so they come in right number 8 in 4A, so that makes a big statement for them tonight to come up here and play a good game. They played a solid game. They're well coached. That first drive, they weren't quite – it's the speed of the game, but once they settled down, they had their cues. They kept their assignments, and they played them straight up. So I think they did a good job. They'll be fun to watch the rest of the year to see what they do in 4A.
Thank you very much, Tim. For Peter, for Justin, for Jeff, for Tim, I'm Paul. Thanks for watching. Final score, Indianola 26, Ankeny Centennial 20. The crosstown rival game next week coming up big at Ankeny Stadium. We'll see you then. So long from Ankeny.